or a tax advisor.
Call 800-900-8000.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mixin you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Let's be real, Florida home insurance is an absolute nightmare. And with hurricane season at your doorstep, you need a home insurance company that you can depend on. That's why there's Open House. They're a tech-enabled home insurance provider that uses smart data to keep your premiums low. And you can get an obligation-free quote in seconds and join your neighbors that are saving hundreds of dollars with Open House. You can also get discounts for your smart life choices, like having a gym membership or a dog. So start saving today by going to openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouse.com insurance for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Need to chill? You will instantly feel like you're on vacation when you step into Hurricane Grill and Wings in Apopka. With island decor, live entertainment daily, handcrafted cocktails, and chill vibes, you can relax. Hurricane's Apopka has you covered for food, fun, and family. Dine in, takeout, or delivery. Enjoy wing specials on Monday, wine and whiskey on Wednesday. Sundays, it's bottomless mimosas plus kids eat free at Hurricane's Apopka. Offering daily specials and happy hour Monday through Friday. Escape the storm of everyday life at Hurricane's Apopka.
Bachelor Happy Hour, the one and only official Bachelor Nation podcast, is back. Go behind the scenes with your hosts, Bachelor in Paradise Season 7 newlyweds, Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, for real stories about what happens in Bachelor Mansion.
Here on Bachelor Happy Hour, we'll be putting all the guys in the hot seat. We'll have exclusive interviews. We'll be the first to talk to the men. We're going to bring the drama into the house and leave probably brokenhearted.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from This Is Ridiculous to the war on delivery robots is on. And court documents reveal the This Man Is Not Real plane freakout details. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Good day to you.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on this show today. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Share the Show Tuesday? Both those at the same time.
Yeah.
Both the things at the same time. You see there? You can share the show today as you can every Tuesday or any day you want, really.
It was so confusing I forgot to answer. Good!
All right, good. Now I want you to share the show.
No.
All you have to do is send a link to somebody and say, hey, check out this show. I think you're going to like it just like I do. Send a link to the podcast. Hit that like button over on the live stream on YouTube. Whatever you got to do to spread the word about the News Junkie radio show.
Ooh, follow us on iHeartRadio.
That's true.
And
you can do
station.
that. Yeah, and then you can listen whenever we go live. Bam, you're right there hanging out with us on iHeartRadio. We try to make it so you can move with us. Whatever you're doing during your day, if you're sitting at home, you can watch. If you're on the move, you can bring us up on iHeartRadio or any of the radio stations where we're at. It's easy peasy, and we want to hang out with you. So hopefully that happens today. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of sports, baby. Ain't nobody better at covering sports than this show right here, friends. Best of the best. We know the diamonds. We know the football fields. We know
I was going to say the spades.
We know
clubs.
No, not cards. Not cards. We're sports. We're in
What's
the
soccer,
sports world.
Sean?
The pitch. We know
There
the
you
pitch.
go.
I don't know any other field names.
Don't tell me that the cards are not involved when you can see all kinds of poker all over ESPN.
I know, but it's not a real sport. Cards aren't a sport. Get out of here.
It will be August 19th.
If you're fat and you can play it good, it's not a sport. All right? That's the way it works. If you can be just a big slob and you can still excel
Say
at
that
it.
to sumo wrestlers?
Sumo wrestlers are different because they're really strong. And I won't talk anything bad about them because they could really do a number on me. We go over to the Orioles. And the Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles, they have now indefinitely suspended their broadcaster, right? Kevin Brown is this guy's name. He may never come back to the world of announcing for the Baltimore Orioles in baseball.
Okay.
What did he do?
Here's what he did.
Should we play this?
Here's the clip. This is him.
Are we going to come back?
Well, I think we'll be fine, and a lot of people are rushing to his defense. But tell me if you think this is worthy of an indefinite suspension. Here's what he did.
For the Orioles, Brandon Hyde has felt like this has been maybe the toughest ballpark to play in. But the Orioles have a chance to do something special today. They've already clinched at least a split in the series, winning 2 of the first 3, and they could pick up a series win behind.
All right, here is the grave sin. This is the thing that he did that is just unforgivable.
Wait. He already did it?
No, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
This is what he did.
Wells today. It's been a minute. The Orioles split a 2-gamer with the Rays in June. They had lost their last 15 series.
So he's saying, look, the Orioles don't do good against the Tampa Bay Rays. They have lost the last 15 series. They tied one of the series, and he's going through the stats.
Here at Tropicana Field, you have to go back to when our now colleague Brad Brock picked up the win in the series finale, June 25th, 2017.
All
Last
right.
time the Orioles won a series here at St. Pete. Already got 3-2 at the Trop this year after winning 3 of 18.
This is it.
Previous 3 years combined. It is a stark difference, Ben, and it is not a bad Rays team. It's not like all of a sudden the Rays became slouches in the American League East. They've led this division every day, but
I'm sorry. Am I missing something?
No, that's it. That's all he did.
Basically, they're butthurt that he was giving the facts
He's a
that the Orioles,
commentator.
the Orioles have sucked against the Tampa Bay Rays since 2017.
He's giving the actual statistics
By the
about
way-
them competing with this other team.
By the way, it's not just his fault. Somebody may have aided him in preparing these statistics, and somebody definitely did that on-screen graphic that says tropical depression.
Right.
As in, they're depressed every time they leave the trop.
But they said you're indefinitely suspended for telling the truth, for talking about the statistics against this other team that they haven't done that well against.
Grow up.
That is so pathetic. That is so sad and small that you would be like, hey, you're making us look bad. It's the truth. The guy's supposed to talk to the fans.
Contractually obligated to lie?
Yeah, I guess so. Just to say, you know what, guys? We're actually kicking ass against the Tampa Bay Rays. That's
That
what we got to
sucks,
say.
man.
Isn't that dumb? And all of
I
these
bet he
other
could sue them, right?
I don't know, but announcers from all the other sports teams have been stepping up to defend this guy, saying this is ridiculous. And more is coming out about what
The
it's
Rays
like.
are probably like, We'd love to have him over.
Yeah, bring him in.
He's making us look just great.
And the weirdest thing about this is somebody said it's even worse. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes for the Baltimore Orioles. They say all of the commentators are now forced to wear. You see how they're both wearing the uniforms? Like with the Baltimore Orioles logo on them? They have to wear that now.
This is a dictatorship.
They have to wear merch while they're on air. They can only wear team gear while they're on air. And there's all kinds of other things that they have to follow. It's like you can't make the team look bad in any way.
Oh, you're looking really bad right now for firing him.
This looks so much worse than the actual facts of the matter that you're not doing good against another team out there.
Question. Do the players who are losing the games also get penalized for making the team look bad?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're on the hook right now. I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous. They said these comments led to Kevin Brown's current indefinite suspension from Orioles broadcast, sending a larger message because don't kid yourself. That's what this is about. You suspend somebody for something like this to send a message to everybody else working in broadcast for your team to say, don't you dare say anything other than glowing things about how we're doing, even if we're not doing good, even if we're sucking against a team out there, which he even said, he's like, this is not because Tampa Bay is a bad team. Tampa Bay is doing fantastic, so they're a tough team to play. It's not like he said they're the worst team out there and still we can't beat them. Boy, do we suck over here. And for the record, some of the most famous broadcasters in the world of baseball in particular made a name for themselves by talking about the teams sucking when they were sucking.
Yeah.
When the teams were down, they would say things aren't going well. When the teams were up, they would say they're really kicking ass out there. And this, I thought, is so unfair that they would do this.
Wasn't there like rivalries, like internal rivalries between some of the pitchers or star players on the teams and their own announcers when the team was in suck mode?
Yeah, and you know what? That's fun.
Yeah.
The fans love that kind of stuff. It's exciting. It's a little bit of drama, and it's just being honest about things. Bella on YouTube says, play harder. Yeah, wouldn't that be the best message? Go to the team and go, hey, did you hear what this guy said? Maybe we could be motivated to beat Tampa.
And it wasn't even an opinion. It's just the stats.
That's maybe the worst thing. He literally put the numbers up on the screen. It was like, this is the fact of the matter. We're going into a tough series here, and this is what we're facing.
We're going to start doing the same with our ratings. Be like, it was really tough for the ages 12 to 14, but comparatively, if we can get back here next season, we might get the numbers up.
My God.
And then I'll get fired.
It's so stupid. Could you imagine if iHeart was like, you guys on the stream, you can only wear iHeart merch. You must say only positive
things. That would get stinky so quickly.
one shirt in rotation.
They're going to have to give us more free shirts. I never even claimed that free shirt.
Wait, we had a free shirt?
Yeah, remember that like a couple of years ago? They were like...
I got insulated cups for days.
I remember when they gave us a discount code for a shirt.
Hey!
When they said, 20% off an iHeart
All right,
shirt.
This is where we're wading into troubled
Oh,
waters
yeah,
here.
we're going to get fired for this.
We love their shirts and we love our company.
Indefinitely suspended. It's so dumb. And I can't believe that they did that. I hope a lot of people respond to this and they back down on it because that's the message that should go through. All right, there's a lot of room in this world of ours right now to be lazy, right? We all do this. Everybody's guilty of it. You want to get something to eat? What do? You DoorDash. You're not going to go get it yourself.
All day.
It's easy. It's a convenient thing.
I'm going to do it during the show today.
Right. You guys do it all the time. And I do it all the time. It's great. It's an awesome service. And there's so many other things out there like that. There's groceries now you can get just delivered right to your house.
Just did that the other day as well.
You don't have to go out and deal with all this stupid stuff at the grocery store.
No, thank you.
Fantastic, right?
Love it.
For some reason, this one seems weird to me because there's a company that's starting to get traction out there, and they're essentially like the Uber for your laundry. And what you would do is...
I've heard about this before.
You would say, hey...
It's about time!
Wait. You would say, hey, what I want you to do is come pick up this laundry bag that I'll put out in front of my door.
Sure.
And you'll pick it up. And sometimes they may be connected with a local dry cleaner and they'll put your clothes through the rest of the stuff. But sometimes the person might just have a washer and dryer at their house, and the person would then do your laundry.
Yeah. So there was many years, I think Celia and I, at some point during the beginning of the show, that we were both on the same kind of like pace of dropping off. You pay by the pound.
Right.
You come back. You pick it up after the show.
At
it's
the
folded.
dry cleaner.
Correct. Now, as far as this service, very convenient.
It's so funny. I almost did that this morning. I
Oh, the
almost
same thing?
dropped off a load this morning
Oh, that sounds weird.
of laundry.
Yeah. You got to finish the sentence.
But I gotta say, immediately I got a red flag coming up for myself.
Yeah.
And that is like, do I have 45-year-old Stu with a neck beard picking up and sniffing my laundry?
Yes, and I don't know why that is weirder, because 45-year-old Stu could technically work at the dry cleaner.
Yes.
But for some reason, we feel a veil of privacy when we drop our bag of clothes off at the dry cleaner. You're like, okay, here's my stuff.
Fun fact, I used to live pretty close to a laundromat like that would do wash and fold for a certain amount of money per pound. And it was like a drive-through. So I didn't even have to get out of the car.
Right. You just pull up,
That
here
was
you
a
go.
fun fact.
And I used it
It
once.
was mildly fun. I mean, it was.
I'm not done giving the fact, assholes. I pulled up to pick up my laundry, and they said, "Oh, are you Chris Lane, like C Lane from the News Junkie?" And I went, "Never coming back here again."
Yeah.
I don't
You have
need.
a lot of skid marks, my friend.
That was the exact reason.
Oh, boy.
See,
So
why?
maybe no underwear.
Why is it weirder if it's somebody who's like bringing it back to their house to do the laundry that way than if you bring it to the laundromat? For some reason, it seems like a totally different situation. Eric on YouTube says, maids and housekeepers not new. Yeah, but it's somehow different that you got like some rando that you get matched up with on an app. They pull up and take your Santa sack full of clothes. They go back to their house, and they've got, like, Sabrina's underwear and whatever. I'm putting it in. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I think maybe, like, the places your mind goes is if they have your clothes at their own house and they're using their own laundry equipment to launder these clothes, they can also do, like, whatever they want before they wash them.
God only knows.
Like, at least at the laundromat.
Are they wearing them around the house?
At the laundromat, there's, like, other employees there.
Right. And tell me this, if you have 1,000 people who have put out their laundry and somebody's taking it back to their own house, putting it in their own washer and dryer, and you've got a bunch of dudes on there, because let's be honest, women aren't going to be doing this. This will be guys.
I would not be surprised there's a lot more women.
I think you're going to have a lot of dudes who are like, oh, this woman I pick up from is hot. And then they get, oh, my God, they're putting them on and they're walking around the house. Look at me now. Oh, it's definitely going to happen. 1,000%.
Now, is the... Like, price-wise, is it worth it?
It's the people,
I don't care what you do with my underwear. I mean, have at it.
It's they do it all day long, and the people who do it are making $100 to $200 a week, which seems like not that fantastic if you're working all day long doing the laundry. But there's a service called Poplin, P-O-P-L-I-N.
I mean, how many loads of laundry can you do in a day?
Yeah, because it's time-based,
You
right?
only have one washer, one dryer.
And a heck of a water bill.
Yes, that's true, too. You're going to rack up that stuff, too. But, man, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, unless you had a separate water meter for irrigation, and you like the outtake or whatever, the spit out of the laundry water just goes into your yard.
Yeah.
Then maybe you'd be saving some money.
I can explain it to you guys.
All right.
Yeah, let me explain. Hey, Sabrina here, and I want to do your laundry.
Okay, that sounds like a bad idea, though.
You got skid marks, Elaine? I'll wash them.
What about if you get like an attractive woman's underwear?
I will keep her underwear for a discount.
Oh, no. You got to give them back. You're going to have to give them back.
My voice has gotten much deeper since the last time I talked to you guys.
It changes.
So, do you guys have any, Courtney got any laundry?
No. Courtney's laundry ain't going nowhere near any of these
I'm
people.
wearing one of her thongs right now.
Don't give it back. Never mind. Keep it. Keep it, please. We don't want that anymore.
Got the testes split right in the middle.
Somebody else made a good point. They're like, then there's something uncomfortable about this.
All right, bye.
See you later. There's something uncomfortable about this. When you have your washer and dryer, like let's say, Sabrina, you have your washer and dryer, you know that mostly the only person's stuff that's in there is yours. So if like something's in there like circulating around, fine. But if you're doing like hundreds of other people's laundry.
That's the same with the laundromat.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. But still, that seems gross to me somehow. I don't know.
Kind of related, though. How often is one supposed to buy washer dryer units? Like, how long do those last?
No, as long as they work, I think. Yeah, as long as you got them going.
Are they supposed to be serviced? And, I bought those pods that you can, like, wash your washer with.
Sure.
But I feel like after a while, am I really just doing
just
10 years worth of dirt?
I don't know. Let us know if you're into the business. Or if you would or would not do this, let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Quick break. When we come back, we've got a lot of stuff to get into on the Share the Show Tuesday, including the secret way that some shows plan to work past the actors and writers strike. What's going on here? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution. The left turn lane is blocked due to an accident on State Road 426 heading westbound at Chapman Road. You can expect slowdowns due to an accident on US 1792 heading northbound and southbound at High Banks Road. The left lanes are blocked. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get 10% off all kitchen cabinet orders of $1,000 or more. Lowe's knows pros. Cashier must apply discount at time of purchase. Discount on cabinet purchase only. Coupon cannot be used with any other discount. Valid 7/27 through 8/9.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today.
Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks is always adding exciting cocktails to the menu, like the expertly balanced Sincoro Hall of Fame Margarita. Try it at your local lodge today.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
If you're experiencing tooth pain, Advanced Endodontics can help. Our team of experts provides state-of-the-art care, offering advanced treatments like laser-assisted endodontics with no referrals necessary. With our 5 convenient locations serving Central Florida, you can get same-day emergency appointments, and you'll find we have easy financing and flexible payment plans available. Make an appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it?
That's why millions of people use Navage nasal care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dee, a verified Navage user who writes, "From years of having a permanently stuffed up nose to being able to breathe is life-changing. Food tastes better, and I no longer go through boxes of tissue a day," unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You ought to call Strata for a new AC or emergency repair. StrataAC.com.
High diving.
And just like that, C-Lane's ready to give his underwear to a stranger.
Hell yeah.
He's totally changed his mind during the break.
I was never against this laundry service.
I think it's weird, man. I don't know.
I would give them other clothes. I think I'll wash my undergarments myself.
You know what? If you did that, that makes it not weird. It's just about the underwear.
Okay.
It's just about like when you use a service just like Uber. And what's it called again?
This one's Parkland.
Parkland.
It used to be called Sudshare, which is a much better name.
Yeah, I don't know why they
changed it to Parkland.
Maybe somebody else had it and they got sued or something. But you hit them up on the app and they come over your house and they'll do it like same day. You just put your clothes out. And I know stuff like this has existed before, but some of the people can be doing the laundry in their own house, like not going to a laundromat. And that means they're like handling your clothes. And it just seems weird to me. And then C-Lane's reading more during the break. He's like, this is not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal.
All right, tell me more.
It's $1 a pound, and pick up and drop off is free.
That's not going to last long.
And
no, it's probably like an introductory thing. It's a movie pass deal.
Minimum $20 a load. So you got to do 20 pounds, or if you go under that, they'll just charge you $20.
So you might as well give them
for the next day service. $40 for same day.
Yeah, I mean, look, people will do this. People absolutely do this because
people live in studios without washer dryer.
Yeah, if you could not have to go to laundromat and you could just do this, of course there'll be business for this. There's some weird things that go along with it. I think we'll see what you think. We'll get to your dispatches in just a moment. There is, of course, a strike on. It's still going. I guess there's been maybe some progress in this writer's strike and actor's strike that's underway. But there are some shows that say they're going to continue. They're going to continue the show, and they got some tricks to be able to keep filming during the writer's strike. And it's a show that I would have thought definitely would have been impacted, actually, and that's Jeopardy.
That's right.
Jeopardy, because, like, you got to write the questions for Jeopardy. That's part of this whole thing.
But their whole thing is just lazy.
Yeah.
But will also set them up for people cheating.
Yeah, that's another thing about this, I guess. They're going to invite people back for a second chance at playing Jeopardy. So people who lost in another Jeopardy show are going to be brought back in it's like the loser bowl of Jeopardy that they're going to have. And they're going to recycle stuff with non-original material or material that was written pre-strike. So they have some new questions that were written before the strike and other ones recycled Jeopardy questions. And look, there are people who are just crazy enough to memorize stuff like this. There's a whole documentary about the Price is Right guy who all he did to be the best at Price is Right ever was
just absolutely obsessively look into what the prices were for the items that you bid on.
Didn't he get in trouble for it?
I think they banned him. Like, remember during that documentary, Drew Carey hated this guy. He's the host, obviously, of The Price is Right, and Drew Carey was like so aggressive and angry about this man.
He shouldn't have been angry about that guy. He should have been angry about the fact that the game was able to be like not, and it's not cheating by just memorizing stuff.
It's not even rigged or anything. It's just he studied, he watched, he did the best he could to figure out how everything was working, and then he was the best at it. And if you did that with Jeopardy, boy, would that be a lot of questions to remember. But you would be able to be very, very impressive in your performance as they do this sort of loser bowl. They said, so we decided we really needed to invite back and give a second chance in general to players who probably thought that their chance to come back and play on the Alex Trebek stage had gone forever. We're going to open the season with a second chance tournament for players from season 37 who lost their initial game, and winners from that will advance to a season 37 and season 38 champions wild card. So they just take losers and they take old questions and a couple of new ones, I guess, written pre-strike, and they work these in to continue doing the show. Not sure how the writers are going to take that. You know, they might look at that and go, "You're not supporting us here. You know, you're not supposed to be continuing with production." I guess they don't care enough about that right now.
I mean, with Jeopardy, it's like, is it against the strike to hire? I mean, you don't want anybody who is a writer who is in the Writers Guild to cross the picket line and be a scab.
Right. They would not look kindly on that.
But is it? Do they have the same kind of situation by hiring a non-union writer temporarily?
I think that they would not like that, but you could technically do it, and that's kind of what they're doing. Except they're just using old stuff.
You can, How hard is it to write trivia questions?
I'm with you.
I could submit some Jeopardy categories and get this thing going here.
But I would not want to because of the risk of if I got something wrong, how bad. The Jeopardy fans are crazy. Jeopardy fans are a wild bunch. And there's been a couple of questions where it's not like stuff has been wrong on a technicality, and they do not miss anything like that. They are going to point it out every single time it happens.
Is it Wheel of Fortune? Where are you filling the blanks?
Yes, on the puzzle, on the board.
And like you mispronounce it by one letter, you're out.
Yeah, we've seen that so brutal where they go, ooh.
But also,
actually.
But with that, there's a whole panel of judges who kind of, the behind the scenes thumbs up, thumbs down, and they review plays. So I think it's up to those people to be like, well, did they get that question wrong?
Yeah.
Was that question too vague?
Notice how they don't show those people? Because
Never. You don't know what they look like. You
want to be invisible.
You know the person that had to make the call to remove the guy's points that said Gangster's Paradise instead of Gangstas? You're not going to ever see that person's face. They're like the MPAA.
They don't want that out there. There is a story about a woman on an airline in England, and I want to see if you think this is a fair situation or not. Her name is Leah Williams. She's 27 years old, and she claims, though the airline disputes this, that she was left with no choice but to purchase every single pack of peanuts that was on the flight she was about to go on because she says she had a lifelong allergy to peanut. So there was 48 packets on the plane, and she said she just bought them all. It was about $200 in total.
So that no one could get them?
So that nobody else on the plane could get them.
I was there when that never happened.
Yeah, right. I didn't know that you could even do that to begin with.
I thought they were free.
The airline says we did not make her buy all the peanuts, but they admit that they sold the peanuts to her so that there could be no peanuts on the plane. So it is actually a thing, as insane as it sounds. It must be like a low-cost flight where you would have to pay extra for the peanuts.
Maybe.
And then she goes, well, how many do you have? I'll buy every single one of them so nobody can have one on my flight. And her demand was basically, I am allergic to peanuts, so I don't want anybody on this flight to be able to have peanuts at all because it puts me in danger.
It does, though.
Do you think that's unreasonable, though, to ask that from some of these people? Is it unreasonable? Or would it be okay? Because I would be okay with this. What if they announce, hey, there's somebody on this flight who has a peanut allergy, so if you could be very careful while you're eating any peanuts on the plane or refrain from eating them if you're fine with that. it would be helpful to the person who has a peanut allergy.
Some people's peanut allergies, though, could be like you ate a peanut, you touched something, and if it has those remnants, happens to get near them, they could have an allergic reaction.
Well, let's dig into this because I want to know more about this. Is it possible that somebody has such a severe peanut allergy that simply the air with somebody eating peanuts can be enough to do harm?
I think
to
we
them?
debunked that because during COVID, a lot of the air carriers were like making special strides to advertise how often the air inside the plane is recycled.
Yeah,
so
which is frequently.
It was basically like you're flying Southwest, and they're like, "Are you worried about COVID? No need to worry. You have your mask on, and the air inside the cabin is different every 30 to 90 seconds.
Right.
Or something crazy like that.
It's the circulation.
It used to be, people used to say, oh, well, if somebody in first class eated peanuts and then the recycled air, blah, 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 blah. I think that was debunked.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any actual danger to this, because if there's not, what you're doing is you're imposing something on everybody else in their experience based on a potentiality that wouldn't even happen for you.
All right, devil's advocate, how do they not have other options? I mean, she cannot be the first person who's ever had a peanut allergy on this flight.
No.
That just offers peanuts?
No, there's a lot of airlines that, at least for some period of time, were offering other things like pretzels, and there was the switching it up and offering things that weren't related to peanuts. Randall on YouTube says she should fly Frontier and Allegiant. They have nothing to eat on their planes. They don't even have foam between the vinyl and the metal seats. It's a rough ride over there, I guess. So, yeah, she said, I had to do this. The steward looked at me blankly like I was crazy and said, but there's a lot. We'll have to count them all. She said, please do count them, and I'll pay for them all, seeing as you have left me with no choice. Eurowings should be ashamed of how they handled this situation for the way they made me feel.
Who?
The airline. Eurowings says this is not what happened. We're sorry this didn't go as smoothly as planned, but she was not forced to buy all these packages of peanuts. On the contrary, our purser tried to offer her an alternative solution by informing all passengers sitting around about her allergy. It's just weird. It's like, you know what?
But then you have the risk of passengers like, I don't care.
Right.
I love peanuts.
But I just wonder if, and I want to know,
grab that.
I want to hear from somebody who has severe peanut allergies. I know there's somebody out there that's listening to this that has that. Is your fear level that high? Like you walk on a plane and you see somebody in the back of the plane is eating some peanuts. Is your fear level that high that you're like, oh boy, I might die on this flight? Because I don't think it is. I think you're severely allergic to it. I think if you like maybe touch it or definitely eat it, you'll get some sort of reaction and even a bad reaction. But I don't think that it's like a clear and present danger if somebody 3 seats away is eating peanuts on the same plane as you. And if that's the case, then you can't just impose your perfect world on everybody around you. Otherwise, I'd go, you know what? Everybody in this flight, I'm sorry. I have severe flight anxiety, and I'm going to need an entire row to myself. Otherwise, I may have a medical episode on this plane.
This woman is claiming that she had flown from London to Dusseldorf on a work trip earlier that day, same airline.
Mm-hmm.
The cabin crew on that flight were happy to make an announcement about her allergy and refrain from serving nuts during the flight, which also, by the way, does not stop anybody who BYO nuts.
Yeah, if you've got some in the little market there in the airport at the terminal, or you brought a sandwich.
Same
with
place
you.
I bought Sabrina's pen.
Right, if you get in the little gift shop, you get like a peanut candy bar or something.
And then she said when she boarded the return flight to London, the cabin crew refused her request to make an announcement. She said a flight attendant told her it was against the airline's policy. He wasn't even looking me in the eye. I think he was getting frustrated. I was holding up the line.
It's kind of like the world should cater to me. The world needs to cater to me. And maybe some circumstances that's okay. But
yeah, like what if it kills you?
If the person was in deadly danger, then I would obviously say, yeah, we could all take the hit for this. It's not a big deal to not eat peanuts. But if the person's just trying to control everybody else around them and center themselves as the main character in the story, no, I'm not doing that.
She paid 168 euros, or about 185 bucks. And she said the worst thing was they actually asked if I wanted to take the peanuts that I paid for, which obviously was a no.
Ryan on YouTube says, that's what the airline I worked for would do. We couldn't guarantee a peanut-free flight, but we would do extra cleaning and make an announcement so passengers who brought their own peanuts would know. I mean, I just know this has been dealt with so many times. Somebody else saying, of course, everybody is all about me. And that's true. There's a fine line here. It's like, This is what happens a lot with the service animal stuff. Like, I think that if you have true PTSD, let's say you were in the Marines and you were in a vehicle that got blown up with an IED and you keep having flashbacks to it, and you have like actual clinical PTSD, and if you have a service animal, it makes you feel more comfortable. I want you to be more comfortable. I want you to feel better. But if you say, I'm bringing my emotional service Peacock or my service animal Peacock on the flight with me, and it's going to take the seat next to me, and everybody just deal with it because I need to be super comfy and I got the PTSD. No, we can't just do this. We can't cater to absolutely everybody and their super specific needs. That's not what's best for the world. You do the things that are the best for the most amount of people. That's how you have to operate. You do things to make things the best for the most amount of people. Speaking of peacocks, Sealand saw a murder scene this morning.
Oh my gosh!
during our call,
it was.
During the call, Sealand out of nowhere goes, "Oh my god!" And
Curse word.
We're like, "Are you okay? What's
I thought
going
he
on?"
almost got an accident.
Me too. I thought he crashed, and then Sealand goes, "I just saw what was on the side of the road?
Peacock massacre on the side of the road. I saw at least 2, possibly 3 dead bodies and then feathers strewn about.
I was on the phone at the time, so you know that I was not responsible for this Peacock murder.
Yeah, but boy, did you cheer.
I did. There's so many of them around here. Only the little ones I want to say.
It was clearly like the person must have done it on purpose, right? Because you hit 3 at the same time. You didn't see that where you texted?
Plowed through them?
I don't know. This particular area, they cross the street a lot. They're in the road a lot.
Peacock crossing.
And I don't know if maybe somebody didn't see 1 or 2 of them, but I do know that there was a post on Reddit recently where somebody was like, "Hey, if you guys like the peacocks, there, it's bad news that I saw some trappers around. They're going to start trapping them."
Oh, really?
And I was like, "Well, this definitely wasn't a trapper situation. This was a hit and run."
No good. Eric on YouTube says, Sean, they didn't get blown up with an IUD, an IED. I'm almost positive I
He
said
definitely
IED.
said IED.
I know what an IUD is, and I know what an IED is. An improvised explosive device is the one you got to worry about when you're fighting for the U.S. military.
Yeah, IUD you could blow in.
Yeah, they couldn't be more different.
There's
actually.
probably a couple Marines that have had experiences with bad IUDs that have traumatic outcomes.
It's a numbers game. It just works that way. When we come back, remember that woman who had the rant on the plane where she said, "This man is not real."
I'm telling you right now, that guy is not effing real.
And people got obsessed with her. And now we finally have the documents. We know what actually happened on this plane. What happened? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Dangling the proverbial carrot since 1993. Whatever the hell that means. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today soar to the upper 90s. It's a Fox 35 weather impact day as the heat and humidity will be intense. Feels like temperatures do soar anywhere from 107 to 112 degrees today. It's important to stay hydrated and limit your time outside. Rain chances at about 40% coverage, mainly after 3 o'clock. Make sure to stay weather aware and have a great day.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Car market slipped quite a bit. I think it's leveling off now. My name's John Clay Wolf, owner of GiveMeTheVin.com, and I'd like to buy your car. Look at our reviews. Better Business Bureau, 4 stars. You can trust us. You can trust our money. Go to Give Me the VIN. We'll buy your car. We pay fast. Checks on Bank of America. You can drop it off at one of our locations, or we'll come pick it up. Bada bing, bada boom. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
That's right. It's a real mess out there, Kate. We're seeing heavy congestion on the eastbound lanes of the main expressway with traffic backed up for miles.
What do traffic and debt have in common? You don't want to be in either for too long.
Move into the fast lane with Fairwinds Credit Union. We'll help you set goals, save more, and be your guide to achieving financial freedom together. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
The Home Depot and Behr are there for pros and now offer same-day or next-day delivery on top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Get the most trusted paint brand in America delivered straight to your job site and spend less time stressing and more time painting. Contact a Behr Pro Paint Specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details. Ranked most trusted paint brand based on 2023 Life Story research.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely. Live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call, the Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Try new extra charged Dunkin' Refreshers with 50% more caffeine. Yes, 50% more caffeine. Available for a limited time, so try it today. America runs on Dunkin'. Drinks are fruit flavored. Contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get 10% off all kitchen cabinet orders of $1,000 or more. Lowe's knows pros. Cashier must apply discount at time of purchase. Discount on cabinet purchase only. Coupon cannot be used with any other discount. Valid 7/27 through 8/9.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
High diving, face.
Dispatches in just a moment. That's how you join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your first dispatch right now. Lots coming up on a busy Share the Show Tuesday here. Make sure you're telling somebody about the News Junkie radio show. When it comes to this woman right here, I have so many questions. And we talked about her on the show previously. This is what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at the laptop, C-Lane, for those people watching. Why do you think people were so obsessed about this story with this woman on this American Airlines flight who was like, that guy back there is not real?
Multiple reasons. One, good-looking lady who you would not, like, in a lineup, think that she would accuse someone of not being real.
That is number one for me because she's moderately attractive and we expect crazy people to be ugly. I think that's what it is.
But then you have your level of craziness where it's not just like you're doing some sort of political scream fest and you don't want to wear a mask. You're talking about a lizard person.
Yeah. You're saying that the person in the back of the plane is not real and you're getting off because the plane is going to crash because that's one of the things she thought.
And it was a very memeable soundbite. Like it blew up on TikTok and everyone was making up like their own little skits for it.
Yeah.
So it kind of was just like a perfect little package for us in 2023.
We finally have the court documents on this so we can know who she is and what was going on. And all of this is starting to come forward.
I saw an edit. It was either yesterday or like this morning where it was this woman yelling, "You're not real." And then there's, they go to the person and it's Scooby-Doo in like a coat and a hat.
I think even Moses had one.
If you didn't see this, here she is.
Believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two f***s, but I am telling you right now. That back there is not real.
He's not real, as she said. And now finally, they've released information about her, and people are all over this. And I have the Disturbance onboard aircraft. This is the actual charge, the report for her.
Now, did you hear before we dive into this report, like what happened to her afterwards?
They got that in here too. Yeah, they talk about.
I just love the idea that this woman had no idea how viral she had gotten.
Oh my God! Yeah, the story exploded, and now. Not only are they naming her, but they're like, here's where she works, et cetera, et cetera.
They're doxing her.
Yeah, they are. This is like the weirdest thing that people do, but it happens like this. Like, I don't think we need to talk about where the woman works or like what her address is, for God's sake. This says criminal trespass warning, and it's a trespass completed on the Airbus train terminal, it says. And then here's the actual police report from DFW Airport, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. It says approximately 1,700 hours, Officer Montez and Officer Jackson were dispatched to Terminal A, Gate 9, in reference to a disturbance on the aircraft. Upon arrival at the gate, we observed a female passenger standing on the jet bridge. She refused to speak to officers and left the area. So initially, the cops come up to her, and she's like, I'm not talking to anybody. Officers spoke to American Airlines supervisor Arely Gonzalez, who stated the female passenger was arguing with the family, accusing them of stealing her AirPods. So she's off the plane after saying the guy was fake, and now she's fighting with a family that she says stole her AirPods. The female then started claiming the aircraft was not safe and did not want the aircraft to leave due to her believing it would not make it to its destination. It did, by the way. Due to the statements, the flight attendants felt the aircraft needed to be rescreened. That sucks.
What does that mean?
That means everybody on the flight has to go back through TSA. That means
they can do that?
I think so, yeah. I think that means that everybody on the flight has to go back through the system to make sure everything's safe. Look it up, though. Look up what aircraft rescreening is. I think that's what they're talking about. Gonzalez explained the passenger was denied boarding and they wanted her escorted to the public side of the airport. Officers contacted the female passenger, later identified by American Airlines as Tiffany Gomas. Gomas appeared extremely distraught, crying and repeating the flight was not safe and it will never make it to Florida. Gonzalez gave Gomas a verbal criminal trespass notice, explaining she was denied boarding and needed to depart the secure side of the terminal. Gomas complied and was escorted to the public side by officers. Gonzalez advised, due to Gomas' statement, the aircraft had to be deplaned. So that's everybody coming off the flight when the aircraft is deplaned.
Okay, but TSA personnel arrived on scene to conduct a full rescreening.
So they went over there, I guess.
Yeah, that's what would have been annoying because, think about, I don't know how DFW is set up. I've never flown into Dallas, but think about how Orlando's set up. And if they say everybody has to be rescreened, that means you have to ride the tram back to the main building.
Because they're separate.
You know, I mean, it's still annoying.
Yeah, but it's a giant time suck for everybody. After our initial interaction, communications advised that Gomas kept going through the TSA checkpoint and attempting to make her way to the secure side of the terminal. At 18:45 hours, she kept going through.
That Red Rover her way back in.
Round and round she goes. At 18:45 hours, communications advised Gomas had gone through the TSA checkpoint at A12 and had made her way to the secured side of the terminal. An American Airlines manager explained and informed us that even though Gomas's ticket had been revoked and she was denied boarding, TSA system still recognized her ticket as valid. Due to Gomas going through all the steps of the screening process, no breach occurred. She was then found, it says, on the curb of the public side at A15. That's the gate, waiting for an Uber. They gave her the criminal trespass. She signed it, and she left. Actually says she departed before signing, so she didn't sign it. So that's what happened to this lady afterwards.
Apparently, she went on a cruise.
Afterwards, she went on a cruise,
She was on a cruise, and, unless you buy the Wi-Fi package, had no cell service, and comes back home to find out that she has made international news.
Yeah, she was everywhere. And she is for the second round of stories as people learn more about her.
So after this, she goes on the cruise, and then, so that's how she doesn't know that she went viral?
Yeah, at least, I can't confirm.
That's
but
just
it was
what's been out
friend
there.
of a friend. And
could you imagine if you were on that cruise and you did have the Wi-Fi package and you see this and you see this girl walk by and you're like, oh my gosh.
So tell me about the guy who wasn't real. I think Sabrina was exactly right. I think that if this woman was she looked like a troll under a bridge or something, or she looked like manic, her hair is crazy and all this stuff, people wouldn't have cared. But because she looks like a healthy, normal individual, people are like, wow, maybe there's more to this. And because afterwards there were people pretending to be on the flight with her, saying that there was an alien with eyes that blink sideways.
Has she said anything at all?
Nothing.
Addressed it?
Nothing that I've heard from her. But now they're kind
feel for her, man, because
she's going through
she
something.
might not be that crazy, because there are a lot of crazy people who will double down for the fame of it, for the clout.
We have no idea what was really going on in her head at that point in time. We just know that the incidents continued, according to these court documents, after she was removed from the plane. But we do know that there are people who now know where she's working.
Oh, and
like
where
they're
she
trying
lives.
to get where she lives, and they're trying to get her fired, and they're like messing with her.
For what?
Insider.com
For what?
Insider.com headline: the American Airlines passenger who was memed after not real outburst lives in a $2 million home and is a top marketing exec.
All right.
Why does this matter? Why does this stuff matter?
Maybe this is all a marketing ploy.
If it is, she's genius.
Lizard clothes.
She's fantastic at what she's doing. If that's what she's up to. But if they're just trying to get her fired, if they're like doxing her, going, here's her address, she's the $2 million house, it seems like a lot. There are crazy people out there, right? Folks, there are people who have issues.
Yeah, one hosts a show.
I am not crazy. I'm the most normal
Crazy people
person.
say that.
I'm the most normal person on this show. I'm putting that down in writing somewhere.
Ooh, that is a hard no.
I got 2 hard no's on that?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't expect you.
I was going to give you a soft no.
Take it to the chat.
I didn't expect
Who do you
to be
think
on
the
my
craziest
side.
person is on this show?
Jason says she needs to drink more water. You think she's drunk? I don't think there's any indication that she's drunk. Maybe she is. Who knows? But leave her alone. I mean, we don't have to chase people down and go, because you thought a man was a fake alien or whatever on the back of the plane. You thought this person wasn't real. Now you need to be fired from your job? That seems ridiculous to me. What do you think? Let us know right now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch. But there she is. They got those documents just coming in.
I'm telling you right now, it's not effing real.
I mean, she can't get fired from her job if this is the correct LinkedIn page for her, because she's listed
You
as
see how they have everything?
listed as the owner of Uppercut Marketing, and it's hard to fire the owner.
I guess she might be a little bulletproof there, but we'll see what happens to her. When we return, we got to get to an update on that big giant riverboat fight that broke out. There's some new details on that.
I wormholed it yesterday.
You talk about, isn't it kind of amazing in a way that now when something happens to people, like that incident we just talked about or the riverboat fight, all of a sudden, it's not like you just see a video. You know who the people are. You see their social media.
You have an option for a T-shirt.
There's merch being sold. It is wild how fast all that happens. Okay, when we come back, we'll get into that update. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The 2023 Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament presented by JustCallMode.com will be August 19th. Get the details at realradio.fm/poker.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound. Before State Road 414, the on-ramp left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on State Road 535 heading westbound at Grand Cypress Boulevard. The right lane is blocked. Northbound and southbound, you can expect delays on US 1792. At High Banks Road, the left lanes are blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by CarsForKids.org.
CarsForKids.org. Right off the car, not the kid. CarsForKids.org is the best vehicle donation charity helping kids go from surviving to thriving. CarsForKids.org picks up vehicles in any condition for free.
Strata Air Conditioning is offering a new energy-efficient AC system for as low as $79.95 per month with approved credit. Hi, I'm Joe Strata, owner of Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. For over 30 years, I've been working hard to keep Florida homes cool and comfortable while providing 5-star customer service. If your current AC company isn't meeting your expectations, you oughta call Strata. Our friendly staff and expert technicians are committed to every customer's complete satisfaction. Plus, we offer great deals like a new system for as low as $79.95 per month. Go to StrataAC.com for all the details. You can buy with confidence with the Strata AC $500 best price guarantee. These are just a few of the reasons you oughta call Strata. 833-757-3500 or visit us online at StrataAC.com. That's StrataAC.com. Strata Air Conditioning is a proud Goodman Air Conditioning partner.
CAC 043953.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LifeGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Attention, your money is now controlled by the U.S. government.
Picture a world where your every purchase is monitored, tracked, and controlled by those in power to suppress the freedoms of those they see fit. Hi, my name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. And right now, I've become very focused on the impending rollout of the central bank digital currency. This is not a work of fiction. It's a terrifying reality looming on the horizon. But there is a bit of good news. I've partnered with Advantage Gold to offer you a solution. They are specialists in converting your traditional assets, like those inside an IRA or 401k, into tangible assets such as physical gold and silver. Don't allow your money to be controlled. Claim your free gold protection kit from Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000, 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor.
Call 800-900-8000.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
To you and your dispatches from the newsjunkie.com. That's how you join us on the show. We were talking about this situation in Montgomery, Alabama, where there was a big-ass fight over this riverboat incident.
I still haven't even seen the video, but I've just seen all the aftermath, the memes, and the people calling it National F Around and Find Out Day.
Yeah, it's so funny how fast everything goes now. It really is. As we were talking about.
I think you posted one of the T-shirts.
Yeah, the guy was wearing a T-shirt from the viral video within, I don't know, maybe 24 hours of this fight happening and going viral online.
If you got the right equipment, you can make a T-shirt pretty fast.
We're prepped and ready to go to make things viral instantly now. And to make everybody the money that they're trying to make everybody as famous as they want to be, to villainize everybody, to do all the things that we want to do. And it's just the power of the internet that brings us there. And if you haven't seen this video or heard about it, this was, of course, in Montgomery, Alabama. It's at like a dock area, and there were some riverboat workers. And they got into a fight with people on this boat that didn't want to move their boat, and they were being assholes about it. And then they saw that they had outnumbered the dock worker guy who worked for the riverboat, and they just
jumped him.
They jumped him with, like, I think maybe 6 people, maybe more, versus 1, and he's fighting back. And then the other people who work for the paddle boat see this happening. They're diving in the water, swimming over to the fight, and they come from all different angles. And
it was a sight to behold.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Then, like this like reoccurring meme now, or I guess the dance move that comes out of it is that the worker, he got pushed and he's like, all right, here we go. And he takes his hat and he flings it. And now it's like the signal, like, it's about to fight. You take your hat and you fling it up in the air and then grab a chair.
The other shoe is dropping, I guess. They said police said Monday that arrest warrants had been issued in connection with a riverfront brawl in Alabama's capital that drew nationwide attention after the video showed a group of white people pummeling a black riverboat worker, an exchange that sparked a massive fight. Then all of his fellow workers, who were all black, jumped on the other people, and back and forth we go. And it was just a wild, wild video that kept going on and on and on. It's like you don't see fight videos that often that are like 3 or 4 minutes long. Usually it's very quick and somebody gets knocked out.
Too.
Yeah, everybody's filming. There's people with cameras out everywhere. It was crazy to see all of this stuff. But now the police department gets involved, and there's 4 active warrants. More could be issued.
I thought they arrested them there.
On site?
Yeah.
I don't know
At
if
least
they did.
The white people, they did.
Okay.
I saw them in cuffs.
They said they acted swiftly to detain several reckless individuals for attacking a man who was doing his job. So that may have been what happened immediately. But then they found more people. And the internet found all these people in like 5 seconds. They were like, here is a photo of them on their Instagram right before this happened when they were just enjoying a nice day on the boat. And events could have gone very differently. And it's like, here's this person. Here's where they work.
Oh, there was a mini mart as one of the guys.
All kinds of stuff. They had everybody's backstory. I think there were 6 people on the paddle boat or something around there, somewhere around that number. And all 6 of them, you'd be like, this is the person. This is how old they are. Here's where they work. Here's where they live. And you go, damn, we are just so doxable these days.
Yeah, that's why, I don't know, crazy thought. Think before you act.
Oh, my God.
As you could see what the consequences end up being.
Well, I'm interested to see what happens. Do they go after just the white folks on the boat who are fighting? Or do they say you weren't just defending yourself and they arrest some of the people who are working for the paddle boat? I don't know. They've only said 4 arrest warrants have been issued, and they're working on looking at more footage.
At least the footage that I saw, the initial, like the beginning of the fight, like they attacked that man.
That guy, the first guy, definitely should not get charged with anything because he just defended himself. They were yelling back and forth, and they were pushing back and forth, and somebody punched him, and they went for it. And that guy just was defending himself. I wouldn't have any problem if there was no charges against him. But I don't know about the other people. I don't know how the cops will handle that. I don't know how that works. Is it self-defense for me to hit somebody who's hitting C-Lane? Would that fall under the purview of self-defense?
We've had, and I forget where it was out of, but there was a story that we had covered, and someone had grabbed footage from across the street where a man attacked like a woman, and then you had 4 other dudes come and kick his ass.
Right.
Like detain him, but they also, like, you saw them throwing punches and kicking him just to de-escalate the situation. And I remember us talking about how they did not get charged because they were defending or
I think
stopping
we've
this
talked
guy.
with Moses about situations like this before where, like you said, if I'm defending myself, you can also defend me.
But how do I know? What if you were just in a fight? And
the footage.
No, but how do I know? And I didn't see this.
How do you know who's attacking who?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know if you're defending me or if you're helping me attack some guy?
Let me illustrate this. If I walk into the studio and C-Lane is fighting some guy in the studio, but I didn't see the start of any of it, and then I just start fighting, I wonder how they handle that. Because some of these people might not have seen the start of the fight. They just said, here we go. And everybody just jumps in and goes as crazy as they possibly can, as quickly as they possibly can. Staley on YouTube says, if his life was in danger and you jumped in, I don't think it's a charge. Just specifically because of me or just in general? I think it's in general. If you see somebody else and you think that they need help being defended, even if it's with a gun, we've had a lot of stories like this where you can step up and do that. And,
you have the subway guy.
Yeah, right. Well, he got arrested, that guy.
But he didn't get charged, I thought.
No, he got charged. Yeah, he got charged by a grand jury. The dude who was like holding the crazy guy on the subway in the headlock.
What did he get charged? I thought that...
I forgot what the charge was. Yeah, there was a grand jury.
Old news just a month ago, and we move on to the crazy lady on the plane.
That'll pop back up big when that court case is underway because people will be very interested to see if they find that guy guilty or not. And I'll be watching that one for sure because that's an interesting story. It's weird how you decide who gets in trouble and who doesn't, and we'll see what the police do to sort all of this out. Give us your thoughts. Do you think they all should be arrested? Do you think the other folks who are defending themselves shouldn't be arrested? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. We got some folks who are chiming in who want to join the show, so let's let them do that right now. Here is Miami native Mike talking about this laundry service we discussed earlier. I forgot the name of it.
Poplar?
Poplin. And it's a company that's kind of like Uber, but you just put the stuff in the app and then you put your laundry out. They pick it up. These people go back to their own houses and their own washers and dryers, and they wash your clothes and they bring it back to you. And we're talking about how that would be odd, what with underwear and everything in the mix. And here's Miami native Mike.
Good day, news junkies.
Hey.
So, about the laundry. The $1 a pound is pretty average, I used to live in a cottage that did not have a washer and dryer, and I would just take it to the laundromat. You could wash your own clothes, or you could pay them to wash your clothes and then pick it up the next day. And that was the same with them. It was $1 a pound. So for somebody to come and pick it up from you, not a bad deal because you're not paying for the gas. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
That's what changed Sea Lane's mind real quick. It's like, hey, this is a damn good deal if they do a good job.
Are we sure? I mean, they say that, and there's not anything in the FAQ that I'm looking for where they say like where these clothes are being washed.
Yeah.
They do say professionally laundered, professionally washed and folded.
Oh, so maybe they like go out to a laundromat and have a deal with them?
I think if you're a laundromat, you might say, hey, I'll use this and I'll get a whole bunch of more customers off this by being a part of this. But if you got regular old Creeper Joe and he goes, let me go out there.
Only taking female clients?
Look, if there's a...
I'll do 50 cents a pound.
If you could do a snapshot of everybody listening right now, there's at least 100 people who have a panty fetish. And they're like, yeah, this is a gold mine for me. Are you kidding me? I just go pick them up? This sounds fantastic. I think there's a lot of people who will be into that in a bad way. Let's see here. Here is Jellied. Oh, we did this one. Hold on. Let's go over to Green Panda. This is going back to the office.
Hey, guys. Happy Tuesday. Loving the show. I heard on the news today they're calling... The company Zoom is calling all the workers back into the office.
Doesn't listen to our show.
Which is kind
Talked
of funny.
about that yesterday.
Obviously,
Get caught up with the podcast, Green Panda. Here
He
is
thought it was a fun fact.
Jelly the Fish with a vet scam. Let's see what they say.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
Good morning.
What's up?
Good afternoon.
I just want to talk
Good evening.
about my personal experience with the vet. My 7-year-old pit bull had developed a uterus infection.
Oh, damn.
And was going to die from it.
That sucks.
And the vet that we went to originally, they wanted to charge us about $5,000 to get her fixed.
Woo!
And the instant that I and my girlfriend put on the waterworks, because, we were very sad, they instantly recommend us to a low-cost clinic that could have treated her for just $600.
Oh, my God.
So I have a theory that it is all a big scam.
You know, I personally haven't had that experience, but I've heard people who go, sometimes they take advantage of the bond you have with your pet and they try to make it more expensive.
Or they'll kill your dog and still charge you thousands of dollars.
Well, I like to think that most people hopefully aren't like that, right? I like to think that these people are doing this job because they too love animals and they don't want to harm you or rip you off more than they can easily. Let's go over to some random dude. It says, F around and find out.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So on the Montgomery, Alabama thing, the initial confrontation where they were defending the guy who was getting jumped by all the other guys, I think that's pretty defensible. I think legally where it's going to come into question is when they went after them after the fact, like when they went to their boat and were
the chair hit
beaten on them after the initial fight broke up. Now, do I think they deserved it? Yeah, probably. But probably going to get arrested for it because I don't think you can continue on after the fact and go search them out to beat them up.
Yeah, that's a tough
Anyway,
one. The cops are going to have to figure out how to sort those details out. The good thing is there's plenty of video to see what happened on that day at the dock there.
Some cop or detective's job right now just to watch every video that's coming in about this.
Take a little break, go over there. Here's 400 video links. Here's 2 cents. This is the last one we'll do for now.
Happy Share the Show Tuesday, News Junkies.
You too.
Love you guys. Thanks for all the entertainment and everything that you bring to us every day. I really appreciate you, C-Lane, Sean, Sabrina.
Thanks.
But about that Montgomery situation, the classic thing was the dude that jumped off the boat, swam to shore looking like he was going to help, and then he got to shore and he just sat there and dried off. I think they memed him as Michael B. Phelps or something like that online, but that was hilarious. And the WWE move with the folding chair, the memes about that are special too. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Everybody's getting a good laugh out of it. At least we got that going on with all the other things happening in the world. Quick break. When we come back, you and your comments, go to thenewsjunkie.com to send us a dispatch. Plus, scientists saying something about the month of July that you might want to hear. But is everything as it seems? I don't know, but we'll get into this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on Moss Park Road heading westbound at Central Florida Greenway. There's delays northbound and southbound due to an accident on Highway 1792 at High Banks Road. You can expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound at State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Mortgage brokers are better. Why, you ask? Well, they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks that are competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like my good friend, that mortgage guy Don. And that mortgage guy Don is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. Now, we all know the process of shopping for a mortgage can be complicated and confusing, but not when it comes to that mortgage guy, Dom. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, but you also get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that mortgage guy, Don. You want to see a difference? Go to the website right now, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Apply now and get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Ow. Okay, it's all right. Let's just start over. And one, and oh.
Ballroom dancing is a lot like saving for retirement.
Okay, class. Switch up partners.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's way easier with someone who knows the right moves. With Fairwinds Credit Union as your dance partner, you can glide into financial freedom by saving more and planning for your future. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, "I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage." End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cooked-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mix-in you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The podcast Journalista tells the improbable life story of Courtney Cookie Hood. Follow Cookie's adventures from working for CBS News in Managua during the Nicaraguan Civil War to blowing the lid off the Iran-Contra scandal and almost taking down the Reagan presidency.
They're assuming that I know what I'm doing, that I'm a journalist. I wasn't. I was being thrown into the Coliseum to the lions. I had not a clue.
Listen to Journalista on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being with us on a Share the Show Tuesday. We absolutely love you. And if you miss any of the show, you can always go back to the podcast. Go to thenewsjunkie.com for all those links. And don't forget to follow the show on iHeartRadio. When you're listening on the go, it's a great way to keep up with the show. And we appreciate everybody who listens, no matter how you do, all right? No matter how, if you're a podcaster or streamer or YouTuber or whatever you're doing out there, it's appreciated. An email coming into tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And this is from Kyle. Kyle says, hey, Sean, podcast listener here. You guys were talking about the Parkland shooting reenactment the other day, and you said they were somehow catching bullets fired from the gun. Yeah, that's what the article said. It was like with a bullet-catching device, I think, is how they phrased it. I used to build and test fire AR-15 and AR-10 style guns. And when we test fired the guns, we did it in a small room with a ballistic snail, which is the big machine lined with ballistic plating. You put the muzzle in this machine and fire a few rounds off. The bullet bounces off the plating until it just drops into the bottom. I'm assuming they set these up in areas where the shots were fired, but I'm not 100% that's what they used. Just taking an educated guess. Hope this helps. Also, C-Lane, will you pick me for Fritz on the street? I've never been picked before, says Kyle. Nice attempt there. We'll see if it sticks with C-Lane as we get closer to Fritz on the street tomorrow on the show. An incredibly hot month last month, and still to this day, still very hot in the United States of America. We've been breaking a lot of records out there. There's a lot of people freaking out, saying, oh my God, it's hotter than it's ever been. We're all melting out here. And scientists are saying that July was the hottest month on record so far. And they said that this is going to be something that we see for some point in the future here. And I forgot about this story, but it's worth bringing back up because a lot of this is going to be blamed on so many things. They're going to be like, it's because you're driving your SUV. It's because you got a private jet. It's because of all this stuff that you've been doing. But there was a volcanic eruption not that long ago, and it was the Hunga Tonga volcano, which sounds like a good time, but apparently wasn't.
Flavor Flav song?
Hunga Tonga. And They said this volcano could be leading to a lot of what we're seeing right now. In the report after the eruption, here's what they said. It says, significant statement. Volcanic eruptions typically cool the Earth's surface by releasing aerosols which reflect sunlight. However, a recent eruption released a significant amount of water vapor, a strong greenhouse gas, into the stratosphere with unknown consequences. This study examines the aftermath of that Hunga Tonga eruption and reveals that surface temperatures across large regions of the world will increase by over 1.5 degrees Celsius for several years.
Yay!
Although some areas will experience cooling close to 1 degree Celsius. Additionally, some research suggests a potential connection between the eruption and the sea surface temperatures in the tropical Pacific, which warrants further investigation. So, scientists were saying at the time, things could go up 1.5 degrees or so for a couple of years. This year, our temperatures on average are actually up 1.5 degrees as a result. So,
it turns out that they were telling the truth.
It could be that this volcano maybe had something to do with some of the record-breaking temperatures that we're seeing right now.
Yesterday and even this morning, I was talking to my neighbor, and we say every summer, this is the worst one yet, but I think it's agreed upon. The majority of people, this has to be the hottest summer that we've experienced in our adult
Well, in
lives.
a lot of places it is. It's all regional and location based.
God,
but
it's insane.
There's been I forgot how many days in Arizona they've been record breaking temperatures, but it's been a lot, and they're breaking a record for record breaking temperatures. And a lot of places are seeing those increased temperatures. It generally seems to be about that 1.5 degrees or so. So who knows? Everything is really not so black and white as people like to make it. Some people are going to come out and they're going to go, hey, this is human-caused climate change. That's the reason why it's hot this year. Some people are going to go, it's all the volcano. The volcano did this. They said 1.5 degrees. Everything is a blend of all of the crap that we do on this planet and all the crap that naturally happens on this planet and various other things that impact how hot it is. The thing that I've noticed that feels different about this year, the thing that feels different is how hot it's been at night. There's not a lot of getting away from it.
We're starting to get these alerts on our phones. They're like, there's a heat warning until 7 p.m. or 7:30 or later, and you're like, wow, this
When's daylight savings or the other one?
I don't know.
Isn't that soon?
Wait, hold on. Spring forward, fall back. So do we have to wait all the way till spring to do it again? Or we have to wait till fall? We're to fall back.
Fall back.
I forgot how the season's
Halloween.
Yeah, around Halloween is when we do it.
Damn it, man.
Well, it's going to be cooler at some point, folks. Don't worry. There'll be days this winter where you go, it is so cold outside, and you could complain about that too. It's just something we all have to deal with together, I guess. Okay, we have time to work in maybe 2 dispatches or so, and I want to see what you got on your mind. Here is Guitar Slinger talking about too much water.
I don't know what this is. You can't drink more than 4 bottles an hour of 16 ounce. I'm on my 5th bottle.
Cool.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Wow. Too soon.
Yeah, man.
Dark.
My God. Here's Chaos.
What's up, news junkies?
Hey, Chaos.
Hope y'all are doing well. So, this laundry service, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
People are into this laundry
First,
service.
they show up, and then they look at you, and they say, all right, well, we're picking up this guy's laundry. And then they contact me later on. They're like, hey, why you got all these G-strings in here? I'm like, hey, don't judge my life.
Oh, God.
Don't judge who I am.
Don't
I'll do what I want. And then
you joke, but there's definitely people who are going to do this. 100% people are going to try this.
Tight 5.
Let's do one more. It's Speckled Trout talking about a pet spending limit.
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
No one's charging me too much for my pet. I love that pet and all, but we have a $1,000 lifetime limit for any of our pets. And this cat's already about 600 in. Let the vet know that when I go in.
Lifetime?
And he always manages to get it and keep it under $1,000.
I couldn't do that.
I look at it as love those pets, but they make new ones every day.
Oh, wow.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Damn, bro. Not a pet guy.
I mean, it sounds like he is a pet guy. He's just like
I will take out a loan.
one of the most fiscally reasonable pet guys. that I've ever heard of.
If you're doing it as a strategy to get the vet to say the bill is going to be cheaper, okay. But if you really think that, like if Lady went to the vet, God forbid, and they said it's going to cost X amount of dollars, I just could not bring myself to go, nope, you have to put her down then.
Or you're at a $1,000 cap, and it's like, all right, you are about $50 over your $1,000 limit. Well,
put her down.
I guess it's even that costs a bunch of money.
We had a good ride. We can go get a cat for $40 or something.
They make them every day.
I couldn't do that.
That's a good point. If the cat is like $950 into this $1,000 limit, and euthanasia costs $200,
yeah, what are you gonna do?
We're just taking the cat home and letting it...
Where the red fern grows it?
You shotgun in the backyard? I can't do that. Oh, my God. I would feel too bad about that. The Peacocks, yes? Junkie cat, no. Lady, no. Sorry, can't do it. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? We bid adieu to DJ Casper, who went from one hop this time to right foot, he's dead.
Oh.
Cha-cha now, y'all. Whose line is it anyways? According to Wayne Brady, it's anyone's and everyone's. Yes, and plus this week, in Time is a Construct so we don't feel super old, a tornado made of sharks is celebrating its 10th anniversary. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Secured Roofing and Restoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today soar to the upper 90s. It's a Fox 35 weather impact day as the heat and humidity will be intense. Feels like temperatures do soar anywhere from 107 to 112 degrees today. It's important to stay hydrated and limit your time outside. Rain chances at about 40% coverage, mainly after 3 o'clock. Make sure to stay weather aware and have a great day.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. Ride brighter with high-speed rail to South Florida. Experience premium lounge perks, roomier seats, and onboard meal and drink service with 16 daily departures to South Florida. Adult fares from $79, kids from $39. Book now at GoBrightline.com.
Man, we all know it's hot outside. Have you noticed your power bill going crazy? The current cost of energy is higher than it's ever been, and it's going to just keep getting higher. It's going to keep climbing. Solar Source can change that for you. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 60,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's house and my sister's house included, they do a great job. Solar Source makes it easy for a free estimate. Monster listeners, all you got to do is go online and check out the tool they have that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. There's no pressure. There's no salesman. Just you and the facts. That's awesome. You can harness all the power of the sun and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting electricity from the power company. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote today. solarsource.com/monsters. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Wow, is this a party? Yeah, it's the IKEA 80th anniversary sale, and we've got over 1,000 offers on our items. College students and teachers save 15% in store, or anyone can save 20% off all desks in store and online.
15% on everything. I'm getting ready for college.
Bring your roommate and anyone else who wants great savings. Hurry in store or go to IKEA-USA.com to save through 9/5. Offers valid in U.S. until 9/5. Student-teacher offer in store only with valid ID on home furnishing purchases of up to $3,000 pre-tax. Other restrictions apply. See store on IKEA-USA.com for all details.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Some good news. Dunkin' just dropped a new menu item, and it's epic. Try new extra charged Dunkin' Refreshers with 50% more caffeine. Yes, 50% more caffeine. Basically, an energy-packed refresh button in a cup. Available in all your favorite Dunkin' Refresher flavors like strawberry dragon fruit, raspberry watermelon, and mango pineapple. Try new extra charged Dunkin' Refreshers today. Available for a limited time, so run, don't walk. America runs on Dunkin'. Drinks are fruit-flavored. Contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Simply Safe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LifeGuard protection, only from Simply Safe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Spending more time outside? Don't let mosquitoes ruin the fun. At Heron Home and Outdoor, we specialize in mosquito control and prevention to protect your yard. Visit myheronhome.com today for a free quote. Heron Home and Outdoor, your local pest and lawn experts.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Did you do it yet? Have you opened the free iHeartRadio app and listened to this station to be entered to win $5,000? Each day you come back to listen on the iHeartRadio app is another entry for $5,000 in cash. It pays to listen on the free iHeartRadio app. Download it today.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. We got much more to get to here on a busy Tuesday. So if you want to join us with the dispatch, do that whenever you like, at your leisure. Join the show for the first time ever. We'd love to hear you crawl out of the woods and to hear your voice. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, exciting. My spaceman is here.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold on. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And Home Loans Radio Show. Whether you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, so much more. Start the process today with an expert and a friend that you can trust. That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.com.
It was 43 years ago, 1980, the Olivia Newton-John movie by the name of
Xanadu?
That is right.
Never seen this.
I saw it for the first time last year for Watermark's Movies Out Loud, where me and a lovely co-host had just talked throughout the entire thing. That movie is something else.
Oh, it was not good?
No, it's great, but it is like, it's a cult classic for a reason. I mean, it's aliens, it's roller skating, it's music, it's beautiful, Olivia Newton-John. Very dramatic. I highly suggest it, especially if you have your medical marijuana license. But it was released 43 years ago. It was her first movie after Grease, and it was a box office disaster.
Oh, no.
But still lives in our hearts. 31 years ago, 1992, the lead singer of this band...
Metallica.
Metallica's right. And James Hetfield was badly burned by a pyro explosion at a Montreal concert. Sorry. At the same show, Axl Rose claimed that he lost his voice, cut Guns N' Roses set short, and fans rioted, causing $300,000 in damage.
Hell of a day.
Yeah. This is the entertainment I'm looking for.
Hell of a riot.
Yeah.
This is
just
not...
throw all their drinks at all the equipment.
Yeah, exactly. We bid adieu to Sandra Bullock's boyfriend.
What?
Sandra Bullock's longtime boyfriend, Brian Randall, has passed away. Yep. After a 3-year battle with ALS. I didn't realize ALS took you out so quickly.
How old is he?
He was 57 years old.
My God.
Also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, and it has been announced by the family asking for privacy, to grieve, and to come to terms with the impossibility of saying goodbye to Brian. He was a photographer. He and Sandra first met when she hired him to take pictures of her adopted son, Louis, back in 2015. They started dating soon after, and they were together about 8 years. In an interview in 2021, Sandra called him the love of my life.
Yeah, from what I hear it's usually Lou Gehrig's or ALS. From what I hear, there's people that you can meet and they look totally normal. They're totally normal, but they've been diagnosed with ALS. And they have to get into a conversation with you about being in a relationship with them. And they're like, look.
And it's a quick decline.
Yeah, here's what to expect. Like, I might look totally normal and everything's fine right now, but I have ALS. And here's how the timeline is going to work out. And it's just a whole different world.
Oh, also headed up to heaven, the Chicago native, creator of this iconic song.
Clap, clap, clap.
Oh,
the Cha-Cha Slide.
Yeah, I wanted to say
Cha-Cha Slide
Cupid
is
Shuffle,
right.
but no, a different one.
Now, y'all. To the left this time.
He died at the age of 58.
Charlie Brown.
DJ Casper, after a battle with cancer. Devastating news was confirmed, by his wife, who shared that he fought bravely until the end. DJ Casper, real name was...
Is this a version of the song where you only go to the left?
To the left again. Keep going to the left.
To the left now. Now it's time to get funky.
Ready?
Left,
To the left. To the left.
What the hell?
Oh, I saw a video of, it was like a wedding party, and the DJ was like, watch me do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the entire crowd just like...
They keep going to the left. We're really left heavy here.
DJ Casper's legacy extends far beyond the Cha-Cha Slide. He was a pioneer in the world of dance music, constantly pushing boundaries and experimenting with different styles. His passion for music was evident in every beat he created.
Did he have other slides?
He had the no, he didn't. I mean, he did have other.
C-Lane said when he saw this morning, he was like, did not know what that guy's name was. But everybody, or a lot of people at least, know what the cha-cha
you
song
definitely
is.
know the song.
We're gonna get
So rest in peace, DJ Casper and Sandra Bullock's boyfriend.
I think back in the Pleasure Island days, it was like mandatory play at a certain point in the night.
Mhm.
You're like 9:30 or some cha-cha slide time.
It just becomes so repetitive.
Yeah.
I can
Especially
see why.
your version.
And Charlie Brown always confuses everybody. There's
I
another
don't know
one.
what the Charlie Brown is.
Yeah, cha-cha real smooth. I guess I don't know how to do that either.
This is, I guess, confusing. For me, I just wonder why now, but here we are, and in a day and age in which you can make these announcements. But Wayne Brady, at 51 years old, he is saying he is down for all of it because he is pansexual. Are you?
There's a song for this?
It took me 3 pages on YouTube to find it, but there we have it. He can act. He can
What did
sing.
you skip?
He can. The worst songs. It was like a ukulele version and then a higher quality ukulele pansexual song. This one.
As it turns out, all the pansexuals just go straight for the ukulele.
Yep.
As soon as they come out pansexual,
It doesn't matter what gender
they're-
that ukulele
they're
is.
issued a ukulele.
That's a wild Venn diagram. Didn't think that would mix.
He's a versatile man, and also on stage and in the sack because he has come out as pansexual. He says, "To me, pan means being able to be attracted to anyone who identifies as gay, straight, bi, transsexual, or non-binary, being able to be attracted across the board. And I think, at least for me right now, that is the proper place." Now, last time we talked about Wayne Brady was during the pandemic, in which he was living with his ex-wife, his daughter, and his ex-wife's new husband.
Is he working anywhere? Is he doing a show or something now? He's
He's hosting something.
Does he
Make
do?
a Deal.
Yeah. Does he still do Let's Make a Deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And then,
CNN's calling him "Let's Make a Deal" host, so I'm
okay.
assuming he's
I
still
know
on that.
he'll make a deal with anybody. So congratulations on getting out of the closet. Let's go to the Barbie world because the news does not stop. And now, according to babynames.com, searches for Barbie blew up by 300%.
Are people really going to do this?
And searches for Ken increased by 2,000%. Now, we know a Barbie.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know,
true. We
I don't
do.
know if she was named after the Barbie doll.
No.
I think it's short for
Are we-
Barbara.
wouldn't we assume her name is Barbara?
I
Wait,
would.
is Barbie's name Barbara?
That's what we're just saying.
I don't
Hello,
know if it
hi.
is or- hold on.
You were just in that conversation with us 5 seconds ago.
You guys, you're crossing wires here. Is the Barbie toy?
Oh yeah, it's based off Ruth, who created Barbie. Her daughter was named Barbara.
Okay, so the Barbie
And that's how it
toy,
got
the actual
shortened.
name for that
Yeah.
toy is Barbara. Okay.
clap your hands.
Left foot this time.
To the left.
Basic step.
So they say to date, the Ken name peaked in popularity in 1963. Barbie hit its high point in 64. Will that change? Probably too early to tell, but it screams good Kenergy.
How are our names going right now? Because I tell you what, I have not heard of a lot of Sean's. I don't hear like a lot of
Oh,
little
you have like
kids.
15 different spellings for Sean.
There's too many different spellings, and I think it's just like it's on the outs right now. It'll come back eventually. I don't know
So-
where Chris is or where Sabrina is.
I went to school, like elementary and middle school, with 3 other Sabrinas.
Mhm.
So I'm like, this is not a unique name. And then in my adult life, I have people all the time like, I've never met a Sabrina.
Right.
Or is it after the teenage witch?
And
I'm
when
like, does that make sense in a timeline?
Still doing that.
A moron.
The craziest thing to me is you start to look at people who have their babies and you see what they're naming their babies. And now I think a lot of the names are kind of eclectic. Everybody's doing the whole thing celebrities were doing way before. And there's not a lot of, I don't see a lot of Sean's, C-Lanes or Sabrinas. I just don't see that right now. Well, there's no C-Lanes. there's
No, there's the country singer, the Sea Lane.
Chris is what I meant.
This guy right here, speaking of making babies, in order to do that, there's one way, and that's intercourse.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's how I
according
did it.
this guy right here,
Buster Rhymes.
he had a hard time not necessarily making a baby was the goal, but just having sex in general. Buster Rhymes recently did an interview with Men's Health, and he admitted that he got serious about losing weight, about 100 pounds down.
Damn.
You have to look up the side-by-side that's
He was
that's
busting
making-
pants, not rhymes.
Yay! He admitted that he realized he had to lose all that weight because he would almost pass out when he was having sex.
Oh, man.
It was so bad, it felt like an asthma attack. He said, I was having a really difficult time breathing. And good on her.
Check this out. Man, that's a big turnaround.
Yeah, buddy.
He went from big old pot belly to he's like getting
See,
ripped
we
now.
could all do it. How long did it take him?
Oh, that seems like a lot of work.
Now, his partner at the time suggested that it was his weight. How embarrassing is that? He's having an asthma attack during sex. He walked out of the bedroom, went into the living room. He was forcing himself to inhale and to relax, saying that his breathing was scaring her. And that was a few years ago. And Busta did work hard. He posted the side-by-side that we just saw on the stream. And boom, he's back to abs and not losing his breath during sex. Congratulations. Nice. I don't know what the ab situation was for this contestant on Naked and Afraid, but I do know that his penis was in turmoil because he had a tick on it.
Oh, God, that's not good. That's bad.
Pull that picture up, too.
All right, let's see.
No. We can't show a penis on the
tick.
stream.
Hang on, let me get the penis tick.
No, spell that right. T-I-C-K.
No,
If
I'm
not,
not
you're just
finding
going to
it.
get, yeah.
Sorry.
Big downside to sleeping naked in the jungle. It turns out ticks absolutely love genitals. The painful lesson unfolds on the upcoming episode of Discovery's Naked and Afraid Castaways, Wilson. When one castaway wakes up to find not one, not two, but a handful of ticks attached to his penis.
Oof.
You guys ever had a tick on your...
Nope. Never had that problem.
I don't think I've
Thank
had
God.
one anywhere, knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on all over the woods.
It's
For our wood.
I know someone who had it on their balls.
Ooh.
And you got to be careful with that. It'll be right there under a flap that you don't check often. So I guess the lesson here is
don't go outside.
Yeah.
Stay out of the woods.
He was waking up when he discovers the unwanted visitors making camp on his dong, and he counts them off one at a time on the new episode of Discovery's Naked and Afraid Castaways. Something to look forward to. Fellow contestant Patrick French also dodged a bullet, says that ticks embedded between his legs, but they avoided the prime real estate that he refers to as his penis. They have to now try to survive 3 weeks on a remote tropical island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And something says that maybe they'll trade ticks for bed bugs any day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might do ticks over bed bugs. Don't bed bugs create like a very itchy area?
But ticks have Lyme disease.
Yeah, bed bugs are just gross. I don't think they can pose as much of a health problem to you, but you don't want either one of them.
Wow, time do be a-flying. So how do I leave off this next episode? Let's talk about, I am just days away from seeing, when did I buy these tickets? 6 months ago?
It's a while.
I am so effing excited, and hopefully I don't run into the same situation that DC found themselves in over the weekend. Her show at FedEx Field in DC on Sunday night was delayed due to a massive lightning storm, and because it ran late, she paid $100,000 to keep the metro trains running for an hour past closing.
Oh, that's nice.
So that fans could get home. I don't know if an hour would have taken care of it, because there was over 100,000 people there. And if you guys saw the footage from like Taylor Swift in Atlanta,
yeah,
it's an S show.
It was pandemonium at those train stations.
But it ran late. And another quick note about Beyonce, her Renaissance tour writer reportedly demands brand new toilet seats for the backstage quarters.
If I
Fun
was
fact.
mega rich and powerful, I would demand that
Just
too.
ask if we're just okay this year.
I don't want to sit on a toilet seat that somebody else has sat on, if possible.
How many new toilet seats are we talking?
How many times are you trying to poop during a show?
None usually. Cruise right through.
On the boob tube or poop tube, since we're talking about it, America's Got Talent on NBC. Don't forget the lyrics on Fox, 18th season premiere of Hard Knocks on HBO, and you can catch the 3rd season premiere of Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber, and most importantly, to the left, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, a major change for anybody out there who hasn't used a PayPal account. This is an interesting move that they've made. What's happening and how does it affect you? Well, that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for 2 to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas is minutes away on Real Radio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Heading through the city, you can expect delays westbound on I-4 between Ivanhoe Boulevard and South Street. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Moss Park Road heading westbound at the Greenway. There's slowdowns due to an accident on State Road 535 at Winter Garden Vineland Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. It's a lesson in back-to-school savings. America's Best offers a comprehensive eye exam and 2 pairs of glasses from just $79.95. Don't wait. Book an exam today at americasbest.com. In certain states, eye exams provided by independent practices. See store for details.
Strata Air Conditioning offers a complete AC tune-up for just $89.95 plus parts if needed. Hi, I'm Joe Strata, owner of Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. For over 30 years, I've been working hard to keep Florida homes cool and comfortable while providing 5-star customer service. If your current AC company isn't meeting your expectations, you oughta call Strata. Our friendly staff and expert technicians are committed to every customer's complete satisfaction. That's why we offer a tune-up for just $89.95 to keep your home cool all summer long. Or take advantage of our 0% interest for 36 months on a new system with approved credit. If you want 5-star customer service and affordable prices, you oughta call Strata, 833-757-3400, or visit us online at strataac.com. That's strataac.com. Strata Air Conditioning is a proud Goodman air conditioning partner.
CAC 043953.
Get ready to win your way into our iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. This is your chance to see Foo Fighters, Sheryl Crow, Lenny Kravitz, Public Enemy, and so much more. Listen for the keywords at 9 a.m., 1 and 5 p.m. each weekday for your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for 2 to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. This contest brought to you by Jersey Mike's. At Jersey Mike's, they offer freshness you can taste and see, from store-baked breads to slicing meat and cheeses right in front of you. Visit your favorite Jersey Mike's subs location today or order on the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely. Live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Everyone's headed back to school, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Ditch your old ride. You'd be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon starting at $15,900. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details. Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Check it out. You lifted your car? Yep. Refinanced my auto loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Put the money I saved towards an 18-inch lift kit. Pretty sweet, huh? It's a minivan. Well, now it's a mega van.
Dad, I can't get down.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we're here to help our members save toward their goals. Whatever they may be. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well, and then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to AspireAllergy.com. That's Aspire
inspireallergy.com.
You can experience firsthand the real benefits of battery-powered outdoor landscaping equipment by Steel at your local Tools Ace Hardware. And remember, Steel products are only sold through servicing dealers like Tools Ace Hardware, which means you can't find Steel equipment at the big box stores. Steel battery-powered equipment has long run times and the ability to switch easily between multiple tools like edgers, trimmers, and blowers. Stop by one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 Steel locations with service and repair centers right inside their stores. It's no secret Steel outdoor power equipment is synonymous with quality and reliability, and now you can get that same great quality and reliability from Steel's brand new outdoor battery-powered tools and equipment. With 12 locations all throughout Central Florida, chances are there's a Tools near you. Find your Tools Ace Hardware and shop online for your brand new Steel battery-powered outdoor tools and equipment at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our 2023 iHeart Supply in this nationwide contest. That's win to 200-200. I'm telling you, there's a chance.
They're finally shut off the Orb in Las Vegas, that giant screen ball thing.
Boo.
They shut it off.
For good?
It's completely black. Not for good, but they've finally shut it off for now. Sabrina Sealane, any guesses as to why they shut down that giant orb screen in Vegas? Any guesses as to why it's completely shut off right now?
The particular event coming up?
Maybe related to an event, maybe.
God, I mean, I got people were hacking into it.
Ooh, now you're in the ballpark right there. It is the hackathon in Las Vegas. And so instead of risking the hackers wandering around Las Vegas hacking the orb and putting something bad on there, they said, we'll just turn it off while the convention's going on.
Is this a stunt? Because isn't the point of the hackathon in Vegas like to do like positive things with technology? Like, I don't really think like the idea of the hackathon is to just go around doing illegal stuff the whole weekend.
They do a lot of hacking in like the hotels.
The elevators was like within the first 12 hours of the convention starting.
Why would you even continue to allow the convention to happen in your city if that's what it's going to draw?
Yeah, they come to the city and all these hackers get together and they screw around with stuff. And what is a bigger target than the massive Vegas Orb screen? And they just knew that somebody was going to do something about this. So you can see here, it's completely off. They shut the thing down, and they've turned it off during the Hacker Summer Camp is what they call the convention that goes on over there. And now there's nothing on this. And they'll wait till that's over, and you'll power that sucker back up.
Now, I say what would be even more impressive is if you can just hack your way in to turn it back on.
Yeah. If
I
you
mean,
could beat this.
did they unplug it?
I don't know.
Did they blow a breaker?
I don't
Are the
know.
breakers electronic?
They just don't have anything on it right now. It's just a black ball in the middle of Las Vegas with nothing on the screen as of this moment because of fear of hackers. I also saw we've gotten to this stage in the chain of events here for that incident at the paddle boat situation, the fight that there was.
In Montgomery.
Now there's people online. Check this out. Look what they did. All right. I will explain it for everybody who's listening.
I love this video.
They did
I
a
love
full-on
this
reenactment of this at somebody's pool. And they like completely redid.
Oh, I've seen this video. I didn't know what this was about.
Move by move, they redid the fight.
Oh, it's great.
They've even got the guy who jumps into the water.
Then you have a lady that comes in. My favorite is the chair guy.
They have everything that was in the original of this. They recreated it. The chair is in there. All of it. Bit by bit, man.
But they use the actual audio from the original video.
Yeah, as they're going around. So, they're having a good time with this fight that is now going viral around the world. Meanwhile, are you a PayPal user? Anybody in this room a PayPal
All day.
user? I have PayPal. I use PayPal. It makes 3 of us that have been using this. I've had it forever, or what feels like forever. Because at the beginning of...
It was like the only one.
Of PayPal, it was like the only way to easily send money to somebody online.
Or like a wire transfer that became a whole thing.
Yeah, you would do slow banking stuff or checks and things like that, but you could go, I can send you money to your account online and it's real money.
I mean, I think part of the way that PayPal got so popular was the need for sending money from services like eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you got on eBay and you wanted to start buying stuff, that you either had to send like a money order. I think I had to do that one time. Or once PayPal started, you're like, I guess I could try this PayPal thing.
It seems like that's so long ago, but yes, that's how it was. It was a pain in the ass back then, and it wasn't easy to operate that way. And having things like eBay and some of these other things that are online marketplaces is really, really good. It's really good because if people have ideas out there and they want to be entrepreneurs, they want to sell stuff, they can do it through those marketplaces, but they couldn't just instantly get the money back and forth. And then they built that, and that became awesome. And I remember when they first came out with a PayPal debit card, I had a couple of jobs I was doing online at the time, working for LiveLeak and doing podcasts for a bunch of big websites and stuff, and they would send me money online. And you would have to hook PayPal up to your bank account, and then you have to wait for the transfer to go over your bank account. Then they released the PayPal debit card, and you were like, this is awesome. You could send me money right now, and I can spend it like a second later on this debit card. It's gone a lot further than that, obviously. Now we can all send each other money instantly, and we don't have to worry about all of that stupid wasted time. But now at PayPal, they are trying something new. They are launching a cryptocurrency of their own. It is what they call a stable coin. It is pegged to a stable asset, which is the U.S. dollar. So one PayPal whatever is $1 US, or it's just attached to that value. It says PYUSD works for peer-to-peer payments, both for checking out online and transferring value among digital wallets. The currency is redeemable for dollars and is convertible to or from other digital currencies that PayPal supports. And soon you'll be able to send your tokens between PayPal and Venmo, making it even more convenient to send people money. So they are launching this like cryptocurrency platform so that they have their own digital currency out there.
Yeah, that should fare well.
Well, if it's attached to the dollar, it's got the best chance possible. Stable coins are attached to things that have like actual value, and it doesn't get as wild as like Dogecoin or
hey, watch your mouth.
Any of the.
So if it's just attached to the dollar, how are you making money?
You're not really. It's just another way to turn currency digital to transfer it from point A to point B, and I guess gives PayPal some stability.
Like, why am I doing this PayPal stablecoin over just a Venmo?
I don't know. I mean, that's what they're talking about. They can use them in conjunction with each other, and I think that Venmo does that too now. All right, over to this. Sabrina had brought this up the other day on the show, but it's happening more and more now. I believe it was Sabrina who brought this up.
I'll take the credit.
People attacking those autonomous delivery vehicles, like the little robots that deliver food. And I saw yesterday.
You see the woman with her shirt off?
Yes, I saw that. I saw like a supercut of videos of people attacking these little delivery robots that if you had like a pizza place or something, you would order your pizza and then this robot would drive over to your house and drop off the pizza. And there was a whole supercut of people doing this thing. And they are getting more and more wild with these. Well, the lady was naked, wasn't she? The one in the recent one?
Yeah, I mean, she started by straddling the robot and then like whipped her shirt off and swung it around like a helicopter.
Yes, and the robots are helpless. They cannot do.
They have
much
eyes
of
though,
anything.
which is the funniest part.
And you
where
see
they
that?
like they're blinking, and you could, for some reason, despite their faces not changing, there's fear in their eyes.
Yeah.
Because they can't get to their destination.
Oh my God, it's a problem now because they're expensive. They thought people were just going to leave them alone, which is obviously
right.
not the case. People are going to screw with these things. That's just the way it goes out there. You want to put robots on the road and have them drive around? People are going to screw with the robots. It's going to happen. People are crazy as hell.
Do you think they're going to do that like overseas, like places that are already used to alternate forms of being served? And like in my head, I'm thinking of like the sushi restaurants where there's just like a conveyor belt that runs along the restaurant. You just pick up stuff that you want.
Isn't there a thing like that in Asian
Florida-
cuisine?
Yeah.
Like where
That's
you
what I'm
go to, it like has a little belt thing going around?
Yeah.
You're saying where are they going to do that? What I understand.
I'm saying like in cultures that already have options like that,
Right.
I don't think they're going to bat an eye at a robot now.
No, they'll probably be more used to it if they've had more experience like that. Like, I don't see in Japan this being the kind of problem it is in the United States.
Where?
And so
I mean,
far
come
away
on.
from it. I'm
How's it
so
not
many
on the front
times.
page?
I'm over here. I said Japan.
Japan.
There you go. Got to it eventually. All right, let's go to a couple of dispatches and see what's going on with you. Here is, hang on one second. Let me go to Muffmouth with a dispatch.
Aw, what's going down, junkies?
Hey.
So today is Share the Show Tuesday. Did you know about the News Junkie show, Janine? Oh, she did.
Uh-oh.
She did. I just dawned on me when I heard Sabrina go, I always thought she was doing like a monkey sound, but I realized she's trying to impersonate Cher.
Only took 3
Life
years.
After Love.
He got it
man,
eventually.
that's so funny.
It took him a little while, but after doing that every single day or every
For
single Tuesday,
years now.
for
yeah.
years, now he realizes that it's Share the Show and the song is
That's
Share.
not Cher.
Do it again.
No matter how hard I feel like I'm
It's like a
going
low
in,
share.
Yeah.
like a shaggy share.
It's in the zone, though. I could see where it's coming from. Let's go over to Snob Wasson talking about ticks.
How's it going, junkies?
Hey.
I just turned on the radio to hear about penises with ticks.
Yeah.
Ticks, you
Just
said.
so you know,
More like
I've
ticks would
had
be.
a tick on my sack.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
tick
a
on
thing,
your
man.
sack.
All right, let's just stop it. We'll just
But
shut
it
it down
is a
right
thing.
there. It's a thing that I'm never going to have to deal with because wherever there are ticks, I'm not going to be there. I'm staying away.
There's ticks in your backyard.
No, I don't think there's ticks in the backyard here. I think you got to be like in the woods.
You don't.
Where do the ticks come from? Where do they like originate from?
Nature.
That's very, very broad. I'm saying
They
like
could be in your backyard.
I think ticks are mostly in like the Northeast and the Midwest for some reason.
You hear more about people getting a tick camping
Yeah.
than you do, just being out at a barbecue.
But I think there's regions of the United States where they're much more likely to have ticks, and I don't think that they're like absolutely everywhere. I'm not saying they're not in Florida. I'm saying most people, like here, for instance, most people who get Lyme disease, I believe, are in the northeastern United States. So obviously, that's where the ticks are that are doing that. Maybe that's a specific type of tick that brings you Lyme disease. I've never encountered one in my life. I've never seen one.
Probably one on you right now that's
No.
been feeding for years.
No, I'm staying away. I'm keeping all my clothes on outdoors. I don't want to be anywhere near any of that stuff. That sounds really bad to me. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the flight from hell, they called it torture. What happened on board this flight? You're going to find out. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, heading through the city, you can expect delays westbound between Ivanhoe Boulevard and South Street. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Moss Park Road heading westbound at Central Florida Parkway. You can expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Experience more of the music you love with the record-setting 5G network. T-Mobile customers can unlock VIP benefits at the festival all weekend long. It's better over here. See why at T-Mobile.com/SEEWHY.
Just call up, just call up, just call up, just call up. Ain't you on the go? Just call up.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
Bachelor Happy Hour, the one and only official Bachelor Nation podcast, is back. Go behind the scenes with your hosts, Bachelor in Paradise Season 7 newlyweds, Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, for real stories about what happens in Bachelor Mansion.
Here on Bachelor Happy Hour, we'll be putting all the guys in the hot seat. We'll have exclusive interviews. We'll be the first to talk to the men. We're going to bring the drama into the house and leave probably brokenhearted.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, we all know it's hot outside. Have you noticed your power bill going crazy? The current cost of energy is higher than it's ever been, and it's going to just keep getting higher. It's going to keep climbing. Solar Source can change that for you. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 60,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's house and my sister's house included, they do a great job. Solar Source makes it easy for a free estimate. Monster listeners, all you got to do is go online and check out the tool they have that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. There's no pressure. There's no salesman. Just you and the facts. That's awesome. You can harness all the power of the sun and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting electricity from the power company. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote today. solarsource.com/monsters. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar.
Check it out.
You lifted your car?
Yep. Refinanced my auto loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Put the money I saved towards an 18-inch lift kit. Pretty sweet, huh?
It's a minivan.
Well, now it's a mega van.
Dad, I can't get down.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we're here to help our members save toward their goals. Whatever they may be. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Hey, Florida. This is Pete from Repipe Specialists, Florida's #1 repipe expert. And I'm here with some important news. If pipes in your home are polybutylene, they're no longer an approved home water piping system. These inferior pipes create incredible damage, causing homeowner insurance policies to be canceled, leaving you with no other option but to repipe your home completely. And this extends to new policies as well. Floridians, if your pipes are polybutylene, call us today at 844-REPIPE-5 to schedule your free in-home estimate. That's 844-REPIPE-5. With over 60,000 complete home repipes and thousands of 5-star reviews, we'll expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. And our work is guaranteed for life. Plus, call 844-REPIPE-5 now, and for a limited time, you can save 20% and get zero-interest financing for 12 months on approved credit. If you live in Orlando, Tampa, or the surrounding area, you'll want to call us. Repipe Specialists at 844-REPIPE-5 or go to repipe.com now.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage nasal care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dee, a verified Navage user who writes, "From years of having a permanently stuffed up nose to being able to breathe is life-changing. Food tastes better, and I no longer go through boxes of tissue a day," unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password,
for you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance at $1,000 in a trip to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival now. Text the nationwide keyword WIN. W-I-N. WIN.
Yesterday about how over the weekend all these people were rooting against and celebrating the fact that the United States women's team in the World Cup lost. They lost on some goal kick, and they were out the earliest they've been in a very long time. It was not a good performance for them at the World Cup.
Choke.
Yeah, the woke choke and all the other things they were saying. People were like, yeah, good for them. And I don't like not cheering for American teams. I like the idea that we kind of support the people on the team that maybe you even don't agree with. But I saw afterwards, and I go, ooh, this story in Yahoo. I said, you know who should be the most mad about what happened with the U.S. national women's team in the World Cup? The U.S. national men's team, because they're hardest hit by this. The story from Yahoo says, the U.S. women's national team's round 16 loss to rival Sweden in Melbourne marked the squad's earliest elimination in history, a shocking departure that will cost its players and those on the men's national team no small sum. They say of FIFA's record $110 million prize pool, the U.S. women's national team, which until this year had never bowed out earlier than the semifinals in the Women's World Cup, will take home $3.25 million for its knockout round exit. So the women's team gets $3.25 million, right? And they say down here, it goes, theoretically, FIFA has earmarked a portion of the prize money awarded to teams in each state directly for the players, but U.S. Soccer's equal pay agreements will award the women's team with more, trumping the payouts outlined by the soccer's global governing body. They said, instead of just getting $3.5 million, their earnings will be pooled with the $13 million that the men made, and then they'll split that.
Oh,
so the men get the raw side of this deal because they're splitting a pool where they brought in $13 million and the women brought in $3.5 million, and they all get half of that. So they end up with a hell of a lot more. Of the winnings, 10% will go to U.S. Soccer per the terms of the new agreements with the Federation. The remaining 90%, which is $14.6 million, will be shared equally between both squads. This comes to just north of $298,000 per player. So I guess the World Cup for men was last year or something. And they've just been waiting on that money until the Women's World Cup. And now each of them gets $298,000 per player because of these agreements that they made. The pay arrangement equalized national team salaries, bonuses, and cuts of World Cup winnings for each cycle of men's and women's tournaments is what several other countries, including Canada, are now fighting for in the wake of all this. So the guys getting hit hard because the women get out so early on in the World Cup. They could have made, if they got first place, they would have got $10.5 million, and everybody would have been on the high hog, but not that great of an outcome here for all involved, except for the women. They're making a lot more money than they would have been otherwise. This is a flight from hell story, and it's a United Airlines flight. They said there was an incident, and they ended up stuck on this plane. There was a technical issue. C-Lane, you recently had a plane with a technical issue.
Technical,
Tiny.
It's been more of a slight mechanical.
When you hear the mechanical issue claim go out, like the pilot say something, you're like, oh, boy. And then you said in your case it was just an overhead bin.
Yeah.
That they were replacing.
I think it wouldn't close or
just
something.
duct tape it.
Talk about best case scenario right now.
Because I've had other situations where they have to replace like a part, like an actual device, part of the plane, like
something in the engine or something.
Yeah, and I think we even deplaned for it.
Yeah.
So that was not fun.
No, that's not great. And this was a situation where they had an incident like that, and they said they were trapped on this plane for not one, not two, but more than 7 hours on the runway.
How is that legal?
Without food or air conditioning.
That doesn't make
7
any
hours.
sense to me, man.
And the heat that we've been seeing, because this was in Rome, and Rome is not escaping heat. They, too, are dealing with a heat wave there as well. And with that in mind, they said for 7 hours, they were on this
That's how I
flight.
end up in Italian jail.
Oh, my God. I would be
No
screaming.
way, man.
I'd be thinking people on the plane weren't real at that point. There's a couple on this flight. Scott Rosnov and his wife, they were aboard UA-40, the flight from Newark to Leonardo da Vinci Airport in Rome. So I guess they were still in Newark. They were on the United States side of things when this happened. The couple were on their way to the long-awaited honeymoon and had splurged on business class tickets, he said. The flight was initially only delayed for 20 minutes after flight personnel identified a problem with the air conditioning. But after multiple attempts to fix it and 2 attempts at taxiing, the flight was eventually delayed for more than 7 hours before finally being canceled. Imagine yourself in this.
Stay on it.
They had to stay on the flight for a long portion of this. Other passengers said they were left in the sweltering heat with no food or water and little information about what was happening at the time. And they said,
after hour 3, I feel like people would start getting restless and
oh my God,
say something, right?
I'd be upset and infuriated after an hour simply. I would not be happy about that. And then you're sitting there with the no AC thing going. That is not good.
Did they not deplane because they had left the gate? And I know sometimes some of these really big delays where you're stuck on a plane is because other planes need that gate.
Yeah,
and
they only have it for like certain periods of time.
I mean, like if the problem that they're not taking off, they're not taxiing, or they try to taxi but they're not taking off because there's a problem with the AC. Well, then why is it worse? Or why is it better to just sit on the tarmac in the heat than take off?
It's money. It's the airline thinks they're going to lose money for something, and it'll cripple the day's flights and all this other stuff. I would have to guess that's what it comes down to. But there should be something that says, if you go over X amount of time, let the people off the plane. If you go over, I would even say 1 hour. If you can't fix what's broken in an hour, the flight ain't going nowhere. Get the people off the flight and let them figure out what's happening. They just don't want to cancel the flight if they can at all prevent that and refund people on tickets.
Not a way to make sure, like, before they get off the plane, like, we are going... keep an eye on your text messages or announcements over the speaker. Like, if you leave, we will take off without you.
Yeah.
To have someone sit on a plane for 7 hours.
And you can't do anything because
medical conditions.
You're on the plane, and once you're on the plane and they've pulled away, you can't get out. You're now entrapped. You're stuck in this plane.
Baloney.
And even if you got up and said, enough's enough.
Like 3 movies.
I want off. They're not going to let you off the plane. You can't get it. You're stuck now. You're in a prison that is the plane with no air conditioner for 7 hours on the tarmac.
I mean, there is one thing you could do.
You could hit that slide and slide right on off there.
Oh, yeah.
Pop yourself a Coors Light.
And never fly again.
Right down like that flight attendant did who quit. That guy was the greatest, man. He lived my dream.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. We haven't heard from him in quite some time, but we are hearing from you because you are joining us on the show. Coming up in jury duty, there is a man who got caught in the most insane situation at a Florida church. And because C-Lane is days and days away from this week in Florida, I just grab this.
Aww.
I steal it, and I
Right in his face.
enjoy myself as I take it away from him.
Okay, you could do that on your own time.
I'm going to read that when we get back with jury duty. But first, here's I'm a PC talking about the situation with the Women's World Cup.
Hey, News Junkie, just want to let you know the women and the men got knocked out in the same set of rounds between last year and this year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at how much the women made compared to the men made, just for being kicked out in the same spot, even though the women go significantly further, usually, kind of shows why they needed the equal pay.
Do people really not understand how this works? Whenever I hear that, I'm like, do you really not understand how, like, this is a business, right? So they fought for it and they got a split with the men's pay, which, whatever, that's their right. They fought that and that's where they ended up. But if you say they got out in the same round, and then you see a disparity in how much you're getting for prize money in that, and you think that that's a sign of something, right? If that's a sign of, unfairness because the men's prize is bigger. The men's prize is bigger because more people are watching the Men's World Cup. The men's prize is bigger because there are more advertisers at the Men's World Cup. The men's prize is bigger because all around the prize pool becomes bigger, right? That's what leads one to the other. It's not just like they did the same exact thing, same exact number of people were watching, same exact number of advertisers. That's not how it works. I don't know. People think that for some reason, but that's not how it works. And I think
the ratings for this year's World Cup for the women's were historic.
But the ratings are nowhere near what the guys get. The Men's World Cup ratings are a lot higher, and there's a lot more money in it. That's why they make more money. It's not just because they're dudes, and you go, let's just give guys more money. That? Yes, I'm sure about that. The Women's World Cup, first of all, didn't have a shot this year because who's going to be watching at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning? That's on the East Coast. It was on midnight on the West Coast, It's tough because of where the tournament was actually held. There was one game that did pretty well. I think it got 4 million viewers or something on the story that I saw about this. But the men's tournament, both in the United States, I believe, and around the world, it's just a way bigger audience. So it's a different business altogether. Hayes Perception on Discord says, so what about all the times the U.S. men lose pathetically, but the U.S. women absolutely dominate? Then it's fair. These things are just not the same. The U.S. women's pool of money to win is smaller, right? Or it was. Now it's not. Now it's just combined with the men's pool. They have it both together, and then they split it down the middle, which is what some of these other countries are trying to do. But you would have to say, what are you going to do? Take the women's pool and make it the same amount as the men's when they don't make as much money? That doesn't make any sense. But they've negotiated themselves into something that helped them out a lot this time. For the U.S. men, they're probably wishing that they went a little bit further than they did. Okay, we'll go back to more of you. Actually, we'll work in another one here because Decon has a question for Moses that we could put on the list, maybe, C-Land.
Hey, afternoon, guys. I was just thinking, I was zoning out to the Moses Duet Shark song, and I got to thinking, what if Moses himself, through AI, sung that song? Would the end of the commercial have to say, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a weird one. He's saying if AI Moses sang the song.
Or AI anybody.
Or AI anybody. But if the person was an attorney, like Moses is an attorney, so they wouldn't have to do the non-attorney spokesperson. But Moses didn't actually sing it because AI created it. And therefore, what would you have to do? I don't even know if anybody's gone through that yet. I don't even know if that's been litigated. Rodney the Gator Hunter, he's got some information about ticks for us. Here we go.
Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane, all woods have ticks. Now, Ocala is infested with ticks. I don't give a darn how close you get to Ocala. You'll get a tick on you even if you drive by 70 miles an hour.
Noted. Not going to Ocala.
Not all ticks have Lyme disease. About 1% of all the ticks have Lyme disease. So if you get bit by a tick, not necessarily mean you got Lyme disease. So calm down. Not a big deal.
Thank you, Rodney the Gator Hunter. I still think it's kind of a big deal. I just don't want a tick on me. And I definitely don't want a leech on me either. I think those are gross, and that is something I just don't want to experience.
I thought leeches were good for you. Like some people do it on purpose.
They do it still, yeah. I think.
But I think those are leeches that are like grown to
Yeah,
benefit.
like lab grown. I think on. Have you guys ever seen the show Botched? The show where they fix people plastic surgery issues, and on that they do it. I think they're just doing it for TV because it makes for a funny moment when somebody has leeches on them. But they use it on that show at the very least. Something that made me feel so old when I saw this a moment ago. Guess whose birthday is today? Actor, famous.
Child?
Dustin. Not a lot of famous Dustin.
Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman's birthday is today. How old do you think he is?
82.
86 years old.
Oh, wow.
He's 86 years old. I did not think that Dustin Hoffman was anywhere close to that old. And when I saw that, I was like, holy cow. He turned 86 years old today, which is just pretty wild.
Well, that
to
he
me.
has aged gracefully.
Yeah, he looked pretty good in the last thing I saw him, and I can't remember what it was. Let me
He looks
see.
old as hell.
Let's see here. Dustin
It's not The Graduate.
Hoffman. It's been a while. He's 86 now. If these are recent, he doesn't look bad. Like in Meet the Fockers and some of those other things, he didn't look too bad, but this might not be recent. This might be from years ago. I like the search is, what is Dustin Hoffman doing these days? That's just what people are going for.
All right, he was in Sam and Kate. Look up Dustin Hoffman,
Okay.
Sam and Kate.
So when was this?
This was last year.
Okay, 2022, Dustin Hoffman, Sam and Kate images. And he does not look that bad. I don't think he looks that bad for 86 years old.
Yeah.
He looks pretty good. Of course, it's movie makeup and stuff.
Right.
His
But
face looks a little
You
wider.
don't think he looks good for 86 right there?
Right there, yeah. But give me the
Here's another
paparazzi
one.
footage.
I don't have any actual street photos of him as of late, but he looks good in the movie at the very least. Let's do one more dispatch. I think we have time for that. Here is, speaking of that, Dustin has a dispatch for us.
Hey, junkies. Sean, last week you were telling Sabrina how you go out into the woods, and now you're saying you won't get bit by a tick because you won't go in the woods. So are you an avid outdoorsman or not?
Oh, no.
That's the question.
I have never said that. I am not an avid outdoorsman. I'm definitely not. But I said that I had been in the woods on a technicality because of a place that we had went, Courtney and I don't think there was any ticks anywhere near there. This was not like, it's not like a out in the woods type place. It was like more of a walking path kind of situation. When we come back, jury duty is coming up next, and I'll tell you what happened to that man at the Florida church that's stolen from This Week in Florida here on a Tuesday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
Is this finally the year for Jim Harbaugh at Michigan? The Wolverines are number 2 in the coaches poll and bring back a ton of talent. For Harbaugh, no coach gets criticized for winning as much as he does. 7 full seasons, won 10-plus games 5 times. He's quirky, though. Fans and the media don't get him. He's not worried about being cool. Michigan has clearly passed Ohio State. Now it's time to win the big one. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now at LASIK Plus, get 20% off LASIK in August. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes, plus guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
Membership clubs and big box stores can save you a lot of money on household items, but not your home air conditioning system. This is Joe Strada, owner of Strada Air Conditioning and Heating. For over 30 years, I've been working to help homeowners stay comfortable by getting them the exact air conditioning system they need at the lowest price guaranteed. Big box stores and discount clubs charge dealers a fee to sell to their customers. The cost is passed along to you, the consumer, which means you pay more. At Strada Air Conditioning and Heating, you're dealing directly with one of Florida's largest air conditioning dealers. We also offer 0% financing, new systems as low as $79.95 per month with approved credit, and the best price guarantee. Go to StradaAC.com and schedule your appointment directly. That's StradaAC.com. You ought to call Strada and save. Strada is a proud Goodman air conditioning partner.
CAC 043953.
Listen up, my friends. We have one more chance. Actually, 4 more chances for you to play poker with us at the 2023 Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament presented by Injured on the Go. Just call Mo. Our final 4 seats are now available in a last chance auction benefiting the Mustard Seed of Central Florida. Plus, these auction seats also come with a casino pass for a guest to enjoy the Home Loans Radio Casino. Top poker player who survives the Solar Source final table gets a trip to Las Vegas. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more information. And a big thanks to Hard Rock Cafe Orlando and Fun Planners.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At Simply Safe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from Simply Safe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, and marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password.
Are you to become a victim?
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to lifelock.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
just melting in West Palm Beach or the Treasure Coast. Or maybe you're over there in Dallas, here in Orlando, or all around the world where people listen to the show. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you miss anything, get the podcast. The links are always up there for you at thenewsjunkie.com. Real easy to find. Jury duty coming up in just a second. But I saw this story and I was like, oh my God. I wonder how often this happens. I feel so bad for the people involved in this. And this couple said that they got a knock on their door, and it was the Department of Children and Families, DCF.
Right.
And when DCF is at your house, this is not a good thing. And they call this different things in different states, so it might be something different where you are. But
a lot of places say Child Protective Services.
Yep, Child Protective Services, the same exact thing as we're talking about. But these folks were at their front door, and the husband and wife are like, oh, my God, what's happening here? And they fear right now that they're going to have their child taken away from them. But I don't think that's going to happen because of the reasonings that I'll lay out here in this story from Wesh. It says, Lloyd Tran says he and his wife are on edge and still in shock, which I don't blame them for, when the Department of Children and Families showed up at their front door to question them. This was all about their 9-month-old daughter, and they had just gotten back from church. CPS goes, we're here to investigate allegations somebody filed against you for child abuse. They find out further that a volunteer at the church daycare, the one that they were just at, the church daycare volunteer, said they saw bruises all over this 9-month-old's body, and they reported them in. And so DCF shows up and they go, oh, my God. She has birthmarks all over her, and they thought that the birthmarks were bruises on this little girl.
You're sending your 9-month-old to
I guess
daycare?
While they go to church, there's a service, and then there's like a daycare.
They just don't have the cry room anymore?
I guess not. Maybe not at this place. But they saw these birthmarks and thought they were bruises all over this 9-month-old. And they ended up in the situation where they were like investigating and possibly going to take their kids away. They said the birthmarks, which are also referred to as, never heard of this before, Mongolian spots.
That sounds a little...
I've never heard of this before in my life. Mongolian spots. The official name for them is congenital dermal melanocytosis, but it's a lot easier to say birthmarks. And,
or Mongolian spots. Birthmarks just sounds a little less like you're kind of shoehorning a race in there.
Right. Yeah, but this case is going to be one, hopefully, where the family's all right. But you feel so bad when anybody even accuses you of anything like that. And I don't blame the worker so much because the worker was just standing up for what they saw. And most people would probably ignore that stuff. So better safe than not, I guess, in these cases. All right, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
And by the way, people are saying 9-month-olds go to daycare. And I know this from having multiple conversations in the last couple of weeks. I was talking to somebody whose kid is about to start, what do they call it? Not pre-K. Is it VPK?
VPK, yeah.
VPK, which is at, I think...
It's like 3 or 4.
3 or 4 years old. They're getting these kids started at now. But the kids aren't, it's not like full-fledged school. It's just more than a daycare. Daycares tend to be around fun and like very basic learning. You start kicking them into gear now, 3 years old. 4 years old, they're in VPK or they're in PK, whatever. 5 years old, they're starting off in actual school. So it's early that they get involved in all this stuff. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. When you get into an accident, maybe you got injured at work, any of these various things that can happen to you, or you need an attorney, you have lots of options. And the option that I'm going to suggest for you is the person that's going to treat you like a person. They're going to hear your story. You're not just going to be another number in the system, case they want to wrap up as quick as they can. Mo wants to fight for you. If you want that, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. A man decided to baptize himself during a burglary at a Florida church last week, authorities said. The suspect, Derek Porter from Georgia.
Is that so he could get immediately forgiven from the thou shalt not steal?
It's kind of a genius move if you think about it. He told deputies that something was holding his head down in the water of the Emerald Beach Church of God's baptistry pool. That's what they call it.
Hey, the baptistry.
They said on August 4th, deputies responded to the church after receiving a call about a burglary. When they arrived, they learned Porter had allegedly broken into the building by smashing a church window with a cinder block. Nice guy. A woman who worked at the church was inside and ran for safety after hearing this. They said he couldn't remember what happened, but he did remember he baptized himself while he was inside the church. And they said that this is not the first time something like this happened, because when they were investigating, the deputies said the canine that they had with them on the scene, the police dog, jumped into the baptismal pool as well.
Oh, boy. Who's going to heaven?
That dog's hot as hell out there. He's like, yep, I'm going in here too.
He didn't need to, because we already know all dogs go to heaven.
That's true.
He was just making sure.
Why not be double careful? Have you seen the video that's going around this week all over all the social media platforms?
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
This guy was going to steal a bike from somebody, and he was in their garage in the process of stealing the bike, and the people's dog came out. And the guy, starts petting the dog. It halts his bike robbery. And then the dog lays down on the ground, and he's, giving the dog scratches. And he's really giving the dog a whole bunch of attention. And then finally he pats the dog on the head and steals the bike and leaves. At least he gave the dog some pets. At least he was doing that. That's nice to do. We got the other side of this dropping now. We said that MrBeast was suing that virtual dining concepts over the MrBeast burgers being disgusting and edible and damaging his reputation. Well, Virtual Dining Concepts is now suing him back, and I think they're suing him for $100 million.
Oh, my.
So
saying what?
This is a really, really big lawsuit that they're heading his way.
What would they sue, for defamation?
It says,
because of his lawsuit?
Here's what they say, and they're really nasty in some of this stuff. This case is about a social media celebrity who believes his fame means that his word does not matter, that facts do not matter, and that he can renege and breach his contractual obligations without consequence. They're saying that he didn't properly promote this stuff, and he turned away customers and ruined relationships, et cetera, et cetera. So they're both suing each other. And the weird thing is, you have MrBeast suing the Virtual Dining Concepts Company. You have the Virtual Dining Concepts Company countersuing MrBeast.
Right.
And they're still selling MrBeast burgers. They didn't shut this thing down or anything.
I can still get a MrBeast burger right now?
I think so. As far as I'm aware, the company's still running and they're still actually selling these things, even though he says he's still not seen a dollar from any of this. Hasn't seen a single dollar, according to him. Who knows who's in the right or the wrong, but it'll fight its way out in court, and that's what usually happens, and hopefully everything goes well.
Safe to say we're not going to see any pictures of MrBeast and Robert Earl arms around each other,
I don't
cheersing
think so.
Anytime soon.
No, I wouldn't think that was going to be the case. He owns Planet Hollywood.
Yes.
And isn't there something else big that they own? Or is it the Buca de Pepa? Or
whatever restaurant group Buca de Pepa's in.
Because he uses that for a lot of the ghost kitchens. It was a brilliant idea to do that. We're going to take a quick break, friends. When we come back, we have you. You are going to be on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your dispatch now. Plus, some bad news for the students of the world. I hate to bring this to you, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Limited tournament seats at the 2023 Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament are now up for auction. Get the details at realradio.fm/poker.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect congestion through the city heading westbound between Ivanhoe Boulevard and South Street. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on State Road 535 at Winter Garden Vineland Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident on US 192 heading eastbound between Avalon Road and State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Goldco. Do you think your retirement savings can weather another financial storm? Don't risk losing your money from our country's economic gridlock. Goldco has helped thousands protect their money with gold and silver. Call 855-707-GOLD to find out how you can get up to $10,000 in free silver today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At Simply Safe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this, 24/7 LifeGuard protection, only from Simply Safe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
GimmeTheVin.com has made it fast. We've made it easy, and we're the only 5-star BBB rated car dealer out there.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Hey everybody, Jim Culver here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. You know, let's start thinking a little differently about our long-term health care. For years, we watched friends, family, and even ourselves wait for a health scare before we actually really paid attention to our bodies. But with Life Imaging FLA, you can now get a much better picture of how you're actually doing. You know, my experience with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan has been a game changer. My scan showed issues I would have never known about. And look, when it comes to your body, there's nothing like knowing. And now I can attack these issues head on. You can too with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. Don't wait, do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan with just a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. And it couldn't be easier. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That is it. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Make that call and make this the day you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
With Spectrum Mobile and the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Galaxy Z Flip 5, you get faster speeds with Spectrum Speed Boost. Pre-order through Spectrum now and get up to $1,000 off, plus the value of your trade-in and a free storage upgrade. Hurry! Offer ends August 10th. Visit a Spectrum store or SpectrumMobile.com to pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z. Visit spectrum.com/policy/mobile-terms for details. Restrictions apply. Spectrum Internet required. Auto pay required.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mix-in you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Can we talk about your allergies? I know, there's nothing you can do for them, right? Well, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, there is. More than 8 out of 10 Aspire patients find relief that lasts for years. Even people like you who thought there was no cure for their allergies. Look, inflation is still a thing, and those over-the-counter allergy meds aren't getting any cheaper. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has solutions that last, so you can save in the long run. Go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment today. AspireAllergy.com.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Can't be true. Oh, I gotta bring this story up here in a second because apparently there's a story out there that suggests because it's so hot as of late, because it's so hot outside, it is the summer after all, that people are changing their schedules and doing things in the middle of the night instead of during the day, that they've just changed everything up.
Oh, there's no way there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's like 3 people that are doing this, but I can't imagine that there's just a whole boatload of people doing this. And it says how heat changes sleep and work. And it talks about people, midnight dog walks and 1 a.m. shopping, they say. The heat has people living at night. As daytime temperature soars, folks are moving their daily activities to cooler nights.
I'm sorry. Where in the hell are you shopping at 1 a.m.?
Online?
Yeah, either, well, maybe like at who's open 24 hours? Is Walmart open 24 hours?
Yeah.
Are they? There's not many places that are anymore. There's a lot of places that just close way earlier than that. But I don't know how many people are doing this. It's like, it's hot outside, so now I'm a night person. I'm going to go walk the dog at 1 a.m., which is a terrible idea, by the way. I'm going to go shopping in the middle of the night, which is fine if you want to do that.
Why is one worse than the other?
If you walk your dog at night, like the risk of you getting hit by a car or something is a lot bigger.
Not if you wear those cool reflector jackets.
You're going to be all lit up and ready to go so people can see you out there. That seems dangerous to me. But it says the heat has people living at night. If there's a single one of you who is now some sort of night creature because of the heat, let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, send us a dispatch, and tell us what's going on. We started the show with that ridiculous story about Kevin Brown, the guy who is the Baltimore Orioles commentator, who has been indefinitely suspended for doing nothing wrong. He just simply talked about his team and how their statistics were against Tampa Bay. And as a result, they were like, you're not towing the company line enough. And they indefinitely suspended him. Now, a lot of the other broadcasters, as I told you earlier, are chiming in on this. And I think this is Gary Cohen, who is talking about the situation with Kevin Brown.
Well, we were just in Baltimore watching a resurgent Orioles team that has really gotten the attention of the fans there. They're a young team. They're fun to watch. They're in first place in the American League East.
Look at that.
They are just having a great season.
This team is in first place, and they've got problems like this going on?
No, that's the thing. I think he was commenting on how they're doing better than this slump they've had with the Rays.
Yeah.
And that's why he said it's not because the Rays have gone down in quality of play.
Right.
The Rays are doing very good now, too, but now the Orioles were doing better against them.
So that even makes it more sensible that he would talk about that. If the team is kicking ass, but they've struggled against the one particular team they're about to face
Watch
off
your
against.
mouth or you're about to get suspended, Sean.
That is
Jesus, man.
That's even dumber somehow. And so this guy's coming to his defense.
Now, is it possible that there are other things that didn't make headlines, that this was maybe like the straw that broke the camel's back?
I haven't seen anything else about it, and they haven't pushed back against it at the
seems
Baltimore
like
Orioles.
out of nowhere, out of left field for a baseball player.
I feel like somebody is in charge of that team who is like, we want, like I told you, everybody has to wear official team merch on the broadcasts and stuff. There's somebody who's like, we're all going to be pro Orioles all the time, or you're out of here. And now he steps up to defend this guy.
And in the midst of that today, the Baltimore Orioles organization draped itself in utter humiliation.
Damn.
With their treatment of one of their young broadcasters, a guy named Kevin Brown, who is one of the great young talents in broadcasting in this game. That's line to center.
I love.
Yeah.
He's like, they can't fire me, so I'm going to rip them apart.
No, but I love how when they're doing something like this, a play happens, somebody hits the ball into the outfield, and they segue from doing whatever they were doing to the job.
Very seamlessly into doing the things they need to do and then getting back to the point.
Yeah, he was...
Including the guy that famously did it during an apology.
For being racist.
I think he said there's a lot of F words in.
Oh, was it? Okay.
In whatever state they were in.
Yeah, and then it was on air broadcast, and then afterwards he's like, "I'm deeply sorry for everybody who I've offended. I shouldn't
Line
have
drive
said
center
it."
field.
And then he goes, line drive to center field by Smith, and then right back to the apology. That's what
Young
this guy's
talents in broadcasting in this game. That's line to center field, and Bellinger makes the catch, one out. During a recent game at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Kevin, during his opening, talked about how the Orioles had trouble winning in the past at Tropicana Field. But
I love this that they're standing up for this guy, because they could get scared and they could be like, oh, we're going to be in trouble with our jobs too. But if they push back, then you put these things in check. And you don't want broadcasters, at least I don't want broadcasters, who are scared about each thing that they're going to be saying. That's already an issue with people in 2023. Most people feel they can't speak their mind because debate around so many things has been just shut down. We don't want people to feel like they can't speak their mind. And I don't want broadcasters to feel like you can't say this or you can't say that. Obviously, we have some rules that we agree upon, but the reason that this guy was indefinitely suspended didn't make any sense. That's why they're backing him up.
We're doing better this year. That was really all he said. And for that, the Baltimore Orioles management decided to suspend Kevin Brown. Let me just say one thing to Baltimore Orioles management. You draped yourself in humiliation when you fired John Miller, and you're doing it again. And if you don't want Kevin Brown, there are 29 other teams who do.
Damn.
It's a horrendous decision by the Orioles. I don't know what they were thinking.
The other guy's not saying anything. The other guy in the booth is like, okay. He's like, you go ahead. You do your thing.
I just sent you another one that's one of the Yankees broadcasters
is it really?
going off on the Orioles over Kevin Brown's removal from the booth.
Let me see here. All right, let me pull
This is
up.
from the Twitter account at Awful Announcing.
Perfect. Yeah, I like that they're doing this, and there should be more of these things. So here it is.
And if it is true, and I'm going to choose to believe it's true, they should be ashamed of themselves, because not only was what Kevin said in the Oriole notes that night, but it was
in
on
the
a
notes?
graphic,
Yeah.
which means that it was planned.
That's what you said, C-Line.
Yes.
It's like somebody else knew about this. It was on the screen when he was saying this.
So if you're going to be so thin-skinned to suspend Kevin Brown, then you have to suspend the entire Oriole truck, the producer, director, graphics. You have to suspend all of them, because
he's going to make it worse.
complicit in this. And if John Angelos, the owner of the Orioles, didn't like that, then he's thin-skinned, he's unreasonable, and he should actually get a call from Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, because it's unconscionable that you would actually suspend a really good broadcaster for no reason whatsoever.
Damn, all these people jumping on board. I'm interested to see if Baltimore, if the Orioles say something about this. Like maybe they go, nope, there was more. There was something else. Because right now it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I'm actually curious, and this is probably a question we'll never have answered. But the guy just said, Kevin Brown, a really good broadcaster. Like, do you know anything about Kevin Brown before today, man? Like, I get it. And,
They seem to know him, though.
you know, and you're getting behind your guy because he's your brethren, and this shouldn't be happening anywhere. And he's very right. It was in the game notes. Like I said before, it was a graphic that was ready for the intro to this thing. And so there were other people that were involved in this. And he wasn't even being that scathing.
What do you think they mean by game notes? Like, here's what we're going to talk on the show today about? Or, because that's what I was taking from it. Like, hey, here's what's important to feature on this show. Here's some things we want you to talk about, which seems like maybe somebody else would have had some approval over that. And then this guy just gets hung out to dry. I don't see any comment from the Baltimore Orioles organization. No. I can't see anything.
I'm just seeing on Twitter, like, it's somehow getting worse.
Nope, I do have something.
Saw
here.
that too.
I do have something. This says Orioles Denny report announcer. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Orioles deny report announcer Kevin Brown was suspended for remarks on BAL's woes. The Baltimore Orioles have denied a report stating that they suspended lead play-by-play announcer Kevin Brown over his comments about the team's lack of success while playing the Tampa Bay Rays.
So why did you suspend him?
We don't comment on personnel matters, they said. We look forward to hearing Kevin's voice soon. That is lame. Let me tell you something. There's nothing more lame to me than when you deny something and instead of giving your side of the story, say, oh, we're hiding behind, we don't comment on personnel matters. We hear that far too frequently. That's such a cop-out. Go out and say what's happening if there's something different happening. Otherwise, you could just block it every time by going, that's not why we suspended him. There's other reasons, but we can't comment on personnel matters. So it makes it look like, who knows, maybe you got a DUI. Maybe the guy's got a drug problem. You throw all this out and hide behind the fact that you don't comment on personnel matters. I hate that. He hasn't called a game, by the way, since July 23rd. When they played the Rays at Tropicana Field. So it does happen that the timeline matches
Orioles
up.
game notes and this is something published. Not all the teams do it, but a good handful of them do. They do game notes beforehand.
Oh, so this is public.
And it's a post game. This is public. This is on MLB.com. Orioles game notes for the game on July 23rd. It's a PDF file. It is 7 pages long and very small font. On all of the stuff that is like about today's game, who's playing, all kinds of statistics.
It's like
and stuff.
bullet points and just things that you could mention, stats about the game. And somewhere in there, in those official notes, was the fact that they hadn't done well against this other team, which is what you mentioned.
Against the Rays, the Orioles and Rays are meeting for the 3rd series this season and 2nd at Tropicana Field. Baltimore took 2 out of the 3 games against Tampa Bay at Oriole Park from May 8th to 10th. It split a 2-game series at the Trop from June 20th to 21st. It's not saying much about the previous ones. But
I'm going
it's
to
in
take
there
that
somewhere.
guy's word that it's in there somewhere, that it is mentioned in there.
He's not the only person I've seen say that it was in the game notes.
Okay. Yeah. If there's something else, come out. Do not hide behind, we don't talk about personnel matters. That is so absolutely lame. Kurt on YouTube, why are you making C-Lane and Sabrina go back to the studio? I'm sorry. We can't comment on personnel decisions. There's a way to not answer anything and suggest that you're not in the wrong. If you're not in the wrong, Baltimore Orioles, then tell us what's actually going on. Tell us what led to this whole thing. This is a cop-out, an absolute cop-out to do it this way. All right, let's see what we got going on. Invisible Man is talking about living at night. Let's see what's happened with that.
Mostly through the summer, I will come home from work, go to sleep about 7 o'clock at night, wake up around 2 o'clock in the morning, and start doing my nightly chores.
That is a strange schedule, man. I don't know if I could do that. That would not work for me. Here's JCC talking about the U.S. women's team.
Sean, your misogyny over the women's soccer team is unbelievable. There were plenty of years where the women carried the water for the men's team.
If you think me pointing out what is factually happening in that situation is misogyny, then your definition is stupid. Your use of that term is dumb, if that's the case. He said, U.S. women's team is much better than the men's team, which I think a lot of people believe that, too. It's so strange to me. Like, I think there's a lot of people that believe if the men's team played the women's team, that the women's team would beat them. This is just pretty obviously not the case. It just would not work out that way. The women's team lost to a team of under 15-year-old boys a couple of years ago. When you talk about the difference between the sexes in sports like this, it doesn't work that way. In tennis and all these other sports, it's the same way. But they're great against the other female teams, and they deserve credit for doing well. It's just when you point out that there's different audience sizes for the men's side and the women's side, you point out that there's different sponsorship money coming in for the men's side and the women's side, and you point out that more people watch the men's World Cup games, that's misogyny. Well, you're an idiot if you think that's the case. That's absolutely stupid. Back in a moment with you. You can join in on the fun. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Plus, we'll talk about something happening in court that is going to affect the students of the world. What's happening? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Love us while you got us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect congestion through the city, heading westbound between Ivanhoe Boulevard and South Street. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on State Road 535 at Winter Garden Vineland Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident on US 192 heading eastbound between Avalon Road and State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom-made for your windows, and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Hi, everyone. Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, in just one visit, Life Imaging FLA has shown its work to me. And at 55 years old, I just cannot shrug off lingering aches or unexplainable pain anymore. With known kidney and prostate issues on both sides of my immediate family, I don't ignore those now. The instant I had the opportunity to visit Life Imaging FLA for their free heart scan, I didn't pause for a second. And what do we find? Cyst on my kidneys and a mildly enlarged prostate. I took that scan info directly to my primary care doctor, and we started building my plan immediately. You feel empowered and even better, more in tune with your body so you can get the most out of life. No dyes, you don't take off your clothes, and it only takes minutes. Don't wait. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now for your free heart scan with just a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Guys, make that call and make this the day you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Amy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mixing you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Bachelor Happy Hour, the one and only official Bachelor Nation podcast, is back. Go behind the scenes with your hosts, Bachelor in Paradise Season 7 newlyweds, Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, for real stories about what happens in Bachelor Mansion.
Here on Bachelor Happy Hour, we'll be putting all the guys in the hot seat. We'll have exclusive interviews. We'll be the first to talk to the men. We're going to bring the drama into the house and leave probably brokenhearted.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Lake Panasoffkee Fuels LLC has an opening for a financial analyst, job code AC0629 in Lake Panasoffkee, Florida. Responsible for financial planning, analysis, and projection of company ops accounts. Interact with ERP software. Requires minimum of a MS in accounting or related field and 1 year experience in the job or performing similar job duties with ERP. Salary range is $72,176 to $88,296 per year. Mail resume to Samet Sonamindi, 293 EC 470, Lake Panasoffkee, Florida, 33538.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
The podcast Journalista tells the improbable life story of Courtney Cookie Hood. Follow Cookie's adventures from working for CBS News in Managua during the Nicaraguan Civil War to blowing the lid off the Iran-Contra scandal and almost taking down the Reagan presidency.
They're assuming that I know what I'm doing, that I'm a journalist. I wasn't. I was being thrown into the Coliseum to the lions. I had not a clue.
Listen to Journalista on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Dispatches are on the way, and there's an update on this guy. I thought we would not see an update on him, but it's a good one. And you know what? Even I think deserving of a good news alert here on the show. So why not? It's good news after all.
Good news alert.
Our friend Frankie McDonald helping us out here.
Alert.
They said this guy who is the Burger King employee that we featured on the show, who hadn't missed a day of work in 27 years. And then you'll remember him from the TikTok video they posted where it was all the gifts he was getting for 27 years of never missing a day at his work at Burger King. And it was like tickets to a movie theater.
Starbucks cup.
Yeah, it was like nothing good. It was really, really depressing to see that. And people said, let's rally behind this guy. We could do something here. When all was said and done, they said he got more than $400,000 in crowdsourced donations to make up for his employer's stingy tribute to his devotion. This guy, with the help of over 13,500 donations, the father of four, has raked in $402,000, including $5,000 from Saturday Night Live alum David Spade. And everybody wanted to do right by him. Poor guy had said 27 years in a row he had worked at this Burger King and never missed a day. And they celebrated this by giving him like a bunch of Pez and some candy and a bunch of random crap that they had. He began working at the fast food joint back in 1996. Damn. because he gained custody of his first 2 daughters at that time, and he has stayed there because of the health care insurance, which covered his 4 daughters all the way through high school and college.
Wow.
He's just working his ass off and doing this thing. And he said people are coming into the Burger King and, like, they want to say hi to him and they want to, you know, celebrate how well he's done. So good for him. That's one where you see somebody getting a whole bunch of money from donations, and the money that they're getting, I'm like, I'm not mad about that. Sometimes when it's something stupid or the person I don't think is deserving of this windfall of cash that they get, you're like, God, we got better things to do. But this guy, he deserves something to turn his life around.
Like, Chubby Josh shirt kid. He doesn't need that much money. Just he got no friends.
What did he end up getting? The little kid who was like
$50,000.
I need some friends. I need some friends in the neighborhood.
They ended up pausing that thing because the guy that started it was the neighbor
whose doorbell cam recorded it, right?
Who released the doorbell footage for just great viral potential at the expense of this sad little kid.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, let's help him out by starting this GoFundMe. And then for some reason, I think they paused it and they said something like, we're trying to coordinate with the kid's family. Like maybe the family thought, like, why are you internet shaming my son and then trying to raise a bunch of money to make up for it?
All right, let me see if I can find this because some people must have missed it, I'm sure. The video of him going to the door, ringing the doorbell, and he's asking for some friends. I think this is him.
What's up, man?
Hi. I
His
just
Jaws
wanted
shirt.
to see if you knew any kids around like 11 or 12 maybe, because I need some friends, like really bad.
Oh.
So the house to your right, there's 2 kids that live there.
Oh, that's no good. That advice is a dud.
Yeah, that direction.
That one or that one?
The first one that you pointed to.
This
Yes.
one? Okay.
Yeah, those kids bullied me.
Well, they're not my friends anymore.
Oh, so he got 50 grand. I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah, they raised $37,000, and they said we decided to turn off donations while we coordinate with Shaden's family, but all the funds will stay in the GoFundMe account until then.
You know what? That's pretty nice, actually, that they would do that. They saw that it was exploding, and then they started working together. Everybody else gets greedy, and they. I've seen before how somebody hits their goal and they're like, new goal. And they set like an even higher amount of money that they're going for. Most people don't slow themselves down on that, I don't think. There is some news for students out there, and it's not great news for you, unfortunately. People keep telling you they're going to pay for your student loans, and then they don't do that. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit.
Can we just go around doing that now?
On Monday.
Yeah, why not?
Somebody says, we're going to pay it all off, and then somebody says, no, you're not.
It's like that time you told that lady you'd find her parents.
I would find her parents if I knew where she was, but I have lost contact with that nice young lady, and we'll probably never hear from her
Did you try
again.
unblocking her email?
I did not block her email. It's a wide open communication pipeline, but she has not reached out, unfortunately. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit on Monday blocked new rules implemented by the Department of Education that aim to make it easier for defrauded borrowers to get access to student debt relief. And this was where they said you could have $0 monthly payments, and you got a whole bunch of other stuff. So I told you this was going to go through the courts just like everything else, and it's happening right now. We'll see where that goes. That's going to be something I think has to make its way all the way up to the Supreme Court to see if the government, the federal government, is allowed to forgive all of these loans and what impact it has on people who already paid them off, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's more complicated than people imagine it is. Here is a dispatch from our friend Tater Hog about living at night.
Good afternoon, junkies. How the hell are you today?
Good.
Hey, quick hot take on the whole living at night situation. It actually ain't a bad idea. Think about it. A lot less people are going to be out there, which is why a lot of truck drivers drive overnight and sleep during the day. You know, there's less people on the road. If you go to Walmart, there's less people in the store.
Yeah, but then you're driving in the dark, and I don't know how I could get used to that enough so it wouldn't be just this sleepy thing for me. I could not change my schedule like that. I used to have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning to do a show. And waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning doesn't get normal after any period of time. Not for me, at least. Maybe somebody else that works for them, but I hate it. I like my schedule the way it is.
Well, you weren't going to bed any earlier. That's part of the problem.
No, I wasn't. I was taking naps. Big, giant naps were what kept me going for a couple of years there. Oh, back to Tater Hog.
Less crazy people you got to deal with, aside from the occasional crackhead, running down the street naked or something.
That's entertaining.
But, yeah, it's actually not a bad idea. I've done it a few times driving over the road. I prefer driving during the day because it puts my wife and I on different schedules. Anyway, love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Right back at you, Tater Hog. One more for right now. Here's Florida Vibes.
Sean doesn't have a misogynistic bone in his body. Or was it a manly bone? I don't remember.
Neither one. I'm completely free and clear of both of them right now, sir. We want to hear from you as we wrap everything up here on this lovely Tuesday. A Share the Show Tuesday, friends. And we'll be back with the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today, to wrap everything up for Thursday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Get you some ear gravy.
Ear gravy? The hell's an ear?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today soar to the upper 90s. It's a Fox 35 weather impact day as the heat and humidity will be intense. Feels like temperatures do soar anywhere from 107 to 112 degrees today. It's important to stay hydrated and limit your time outside. Rain chances at about 40% coverage, mainly after 3 o'clock. Make sure to stay weather aware and have a great day.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Strata Air Conditioning is offering a new energy-efficient AC system for as low as $79.95 per month with approved credit. Hi, I'm Joe Strata, owner of Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. For over 30 years, I've been working hard to keep Florida homes cool and comfortable while providing 5-star customer service. If your current AC company isn't meeting your expectations, you oughta call Strata. Our friendly staff and expert technicians are committed to every customer's complete satisfaction. Plus, we offer great deals like a new system for as low as $79.95 per month. Go to StrataAC.com for all the details. You can buy with confidence with the Strata AC $500 best price guarantee. These are just a few of the reasons you oughta call Strata. 833-757-3500 or visit us online at StrataAC.com. That's StrataAC.com. Strata Air Conditioning is a proud Goodman Air Conditioning partner.
CAC 043953.
Wow, is this a party? Yeah, it's the IKEA 80th anniversary sale, and we've got over 1,000 offers on our items. College students and teachers save 15% in store, or anyone can save 20% off all desks in store and online.
15% on everything. I'm getting ready for college.
Bring your roommate and anyone else who wants great savings. Hurry in store or go to IKEA-USA.com to save through 9/5. Offers valid in U.S. until 9/5. Student-teacher offer in store only with valid ID on home furnishing purchases of up to $3,000 pre-tax. Other restrictions apply. See store on IKEA-USA.com for all details.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left.
Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple of years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage. End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose. Healthy life.
Some good news. Dunkin' just dropped a new menu item, and it's epic. Try new extra charged Dunkin' refreshers with 50% more caffeine. Yes, 50% more caffeine. Basically, an energy-packed refresh button in a cup. Available on all your favorite Dunkin' refresher flavors like strawberry dragon fruit, raspberry watermelon, and mango pineapple. Try new extra charged Dunkin' refreshers today. Available for a limited time, so run, don't walk. America runs on Dunkin'. Drinks are fruit flavored. Contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary.
O'Reilly. Increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up to eliminate carbon and varnish deposits. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for $10. See store for details. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Wendy's BOGO $1 deal is back at participating Wendy's. Buy a Dave's Single, spicy chicken sandwich, 10-piece nugs, or medium frosty, and get another for $1. Double your deliciousness. Hurry, this BOGO deal won't last.
This earful of real radio is sponsored by Skylight Roofing. Roof with us. SkylightRoofing.com.
Radio 104.1.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday, not a Thursday, as I said when I was going to break.
You were trying to fast track the week. I appreciate it.
I don't have the power to do that. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm sorry.
Have you even tried?
We're stuck on Tuesday. Sorry, everybody. That's just the way it's going to go for right now.
Speaking of being stuck, I was reading some of the text messages that came through today, and somebody had been commenting on the flight that was stuck in Newark. It was supposed to fly to Rome, and they were there for like 7 hours or so.
AC was
without
broken.
AC. And one of the ladies was saying, tried to ask for water, and the flight attendants were like, what do you want me to do? Somebody commented and said that you should look up that airport's Tarmac plan. Like every airport is supposed to publish their Tarmac delay plan.
Okay.
And now the Department of Transportation is investigating this incident because it says, I think there's a law somewhere that says after 2.5 hours, you're supposed to deplane.
Yeah, right. I would hope there would be something like that, because think about this. You have no rights in that situation.
Yeah.
You're on the plane. The plane's on the tarmac. They don't want to go back through with all the security screening stuff. You've been stuck on there for hours, some people up to 7 hours on the plane.
Not to mention how dangerous that is without AC.
Of course.
People need medication.
You might have a
insulin.
little kid in there. There could be all sorts of situations playing out. And what are you supposed to do? You step up and go, I want off the plane. Nope, they can't do it. You have no rights on the plane in the tarmac.
But if everyone does it, And we do like, all right, come on, everybody, let's rally. And then you're embarrassed because you're the only one that does it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's like got to be some rights for people who are flying on commercial airlines. And this doesn't seem to be fair for anybody. To be waiting 7 hours on a tarmac.
So it says after the pilot announced that they were returning to the gate, that process took almost 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
By federal law, airplanes are not supposed to sit on the runway for more than 2.5 hours. United didn't comment. Is there a loophole that they're not on the runway so they can?
They just keep like
keep them
driving
in there?
around.
Oh, so they go over like by the gate, but not at the gate, and then that time doesn't count.
I have no clue.
Wow, that is totally dumb. We need to be able to get this in line because it happens more than you would think. We've had stories like this, all the time on the show. There's been a lot of different times we've talked about this, and you might think, oh, you're being a bunch of pussies. Get with it. You're fine. You're an adult or whatever. It sucks. It's not even just that you can't get through it, like it's some sort of life challenge. It's just that it sucks.
You can't eat.
Can't do anything.
Can't drink.
Can't eat, can't drink, can't get any AC, can't get off the plane, can't do anything else. You're stuck in a tube for 7 hours. And what would really suck is if right at the end of that 7 hours they go, all right, here we go. We're cleared for takeoff. And the plane takes off. Now you're on a flight from here to
Rome.
Rome? What's that? 8 hours or so?
It's nothing to. It's a long time.
It's a long flight. So then you would be like 15 hours sitting inside this tube in these tiny chairs with not enough leg room, not enough room for a human being to exist. And it's like, suck it up, Buttercup.
It looks like the big whistleblower on this whole situation because this flight was July 3rd. And
just now coming out.
Yeah, it's this woman who was a passenger who was a critical care nurse who's been talking. She talked about it on TikTok and then has been talking to the news about it. She says her family eventually found rooms and were able to book new flights for the next day at their own expense, which added up to $4,000.
Damn.
United's offer of compensation were vouchers worth $400.
That ain't gonna cut it. Yeah, that's not gonna do it for us. Meanwhile, I saw this. Somebody asked ChatGPT, which has gotten a lot less buzz as of late. I think it's quieted down. I think there's other cool AIs out there, like the one we were playing with to use your voice and make you sing songs and stuff.
Fun.
The video AI stuff that they have going on is pretty phenomenal right now. But there'll be updates to ChatGPT where you see that this is going further and further and further. And we actually, one episode, because so many people have talked about with AI Black Mirror, and we watched season 2, episode 1, and it's like basically the same thing. It really is that. It was like this woman.
Is it the one with Salma Hayek?
No.
Okay.
No, it's is it different every episode or different every season?
Different people every episode.
Every single time. It's
There's
like
there's a really good one in this latest season. It's not season 2. It's this latest one, this batch that came out, and it's movie length, but it's with Josh Hartnett.
Oh, he's back.
And Aaron Paul.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
really?
That one and that got dark.
I mean,
My God.
I don't know that there are too many moments where it wasn't dark.
You know what's wild to me? The Brits are weird. British people are weird as hell with their television. They have seasons of TV shows. The first season of Black Mirror, or maybe the second one, is 3 episodes long.
Yeah.
You guys, that's not a season of a television show. We need to get to at least double digits to talk about a season of a TV show. But when the BBC and these other
First
outlets,
season of The Office was like 8 episodes, I think. 6 maybe.
Normally you get anywhere between, let's say, 10 or 12. And if it's a full order, you get like 20-something shows in a season. And over in England,
I haven't seen a TV show with 20-plus episodes in a season in a very long time.
Look at stuff like The Big Bang Theory and those kind of shows.
Yeah, those.
It's just a machine. They just crank
How
them
I Met
out.
Your Mother. I don't even know if How I Met Your Father is giving out
Then
that many.
you have I Think You Should Leave Tim Robinson. People wait a year for the next season, and it's 6 episodes, 20 minutes each.
6 episodes is at least better than some of these with 3 episodes. But like you guys said, there's some that will just randomly be 2 hours long. And you go, well, okay, you made a movie. Is what you made here.
This is season 6 of Black Mirror that just came out, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes in it. It doesn't look as bad when you're on Netflix because it'll just keep going, and you'll just be in another season.
But then
Season
it's
5,
over.
Season 5 had 3 episodes.
Yeah, the weirdest thing
I
is
ran through that, like, what was the Total Wrecked or the one on Paramount or
Which
that
one?
you liked it. It was based on like a comic book or something, and it was post-apocalyptic. And
the video game one.
No.
Metal,
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. Ran through that one.
Yeah.
And then it
Did
was
you
over.
like it?
I loved it.
I thought it was fun.
But I was sad it was over.
I like that actor guy. I think he's really good. And he was
Will Arnett?
No, he's really good too. Will Arnett's voice is in it. And he's like a producer or a director or something because his name pops up really early in the credits. But yeah, that one's fantastic. Anyhow, ChatGPT, somebody asked ChatGPT to make a numbered and ordered list of the worst human beings who have ever been born in the history of our planet. What do you think?
I didn't know that ChatGPT knew the name Sean Watson.
Number one is not a shocker to anybody, right? Number one's just Hitler. That's what number one is. Number two, Stalin. Number three, Mao Zedong. None of these are very surprising so far. Number four, this is putting him up pretty high, Saddam Hussein, they put on the list. Number five, Benito Mussolini. Napoleon follows that.
Oh, my gosh.
And then Christopher Columbus got number 7 on the list.
This is getting...
It's about to twist up on us here. George the Fourth got 8th, and Cleopatra got 9th.
I think that's 3rd.
Hillary Clinton got 10th place. The worst people to ever be born in the history of this world of ours. And Hillary Clinton got 10th. Donald Trump got 11th, according to ChatGPT. Putin got 12th. Clinton and Trump ahead of Putin on this list. Jeffrey Epstein, Sam Bellamy. Who's Sam Bellamy? I don't even know who that is.
Sounds familiar.
It's a celebrity or something?
Sam Bellamy, a sailor.
A sailor?
Black Sam.
Okay, I never heard of Black Sam until now.
English sailor turned pirate during the early 18th century.
So Sam Bellamy and then Ron DeSantis, and the 16th place one is Chevy Chase.
There you go. What does it say on the bottom, though? Again, what?
This ranking is purely hypothetical and not meant to offend or disrespect anyone.
So it's hypothetical, so it didn't base off of things that it found on the internet.
They said
opinion.
This is a purely hypothetical and subjective ranking. Please note that it may vary depending on perspectives and opinions. Here's one possible hypothetical ranking based on historical actions and their impact. How does Chevy Chase get 16th, the worst people ever in the history of the world?
I bet he's proud of it.
I mean, I know he's not a great guy, according to some of the people who have worked with him. He's a pain in the ass, and he's a monster to deal with. But 16th place on the list, Jesus. That's pretty aggressive, ChatGPT. He's got no comment on this. He's not responded.
I think they said there was a problem last week with ChatGPT where people were asking it how to build bombs, and they can't stop it from answering.
Oh, really? Because at the beginning, you would try to ask it some of that stuff, and it wouldn't say it to you. Like, they had some pretty hard stops in place. And then after that, I think they kind of wiggled it out a little bit. But I feel like I've never seen any data on this, but I think that they said it was one of the quickest platforms, minus now that probably has been beaten by Threads, the Instagram platform, but one of the quickest platforms to get to 100 million users. I wonder how many people are still using it now after all this time has gone by, because I think people use it because it was fun for a second, and then they're like, when I need it, I'll come back to it. But I'm not using this every day. You might use it once a week or once a month or something. And Threads is just dead out there. It's just everybody ran over there. They're like, this is going to be better than Twitter. And then even the most staunch anti-Twitter, anti-X people have now decided to come back and post on the platform that they're addicted to. That's just how it goes, I guess. All right, let's get the hell out of here. All of the stories are making the cut today.
Yay.
Congratulations, everybody.
You did it, Stories.
There you go.
You really did it.
Now let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday. Again, Tuesday, not Thursday. August 8th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned this gentleman right here, who I think you'll be familiar with.
Bob Marley.
That's right, Bob Marley.
Robert.
The leader of his band is Aston Barrett, and Aston's nickname was Family Man. He was given the nickname Family Man before he even had a single kid. They would call him that. Family Man was his name. After that, he fathered 41 children. So
that is a family man.
Family man sticks.
Making an army.
And family man makes a lot of sense after you have that many kids. Boy, is that a lot.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
I guess so. We've been talking about this quite a bit on the show, with politicians being increasingly elderly and increasingly out of it and increasingly too old to serve, one would say, or at least I would say. Today I learned Strom Thurmond. Were you guys ever familiar with him? I think you were too young, both of you.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever met someone named Strom.
Look up Strom Thurmond. If you look up at that dude. What?
Did he what?
Go on.
We were saying, was he the KKK supporter or something like that?
There was something weird about him.
Yeah.
Strom Thurmond.
Because he's so old, he served in the U.S. Senate
my God.
until he was 100 years old. He was 100 serving in the U.S. Senate. And they said,
this picture I just found of him is horrific.
Yeah, he was a dude who just aged all the way through in office.
I mean, it looks like a corpse.
And think
I just
about
sent
that.
it to you on the messages.
And that guy was in there representing people in that case. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
I'm died.
Oh, my God.
Look at that, man.
That looks like something from Madame Tussauds. Like, this is a wax figure.
Just throw him in the coffin.
And his mouth is all the way open. I still can't see any teeth in there, David.
Sounds like he's about to tell you about the dark side.
All right, there he is. Yeah, Strom Thurmond served to 100 years old in the U.S. Senate. Next, today I learned this band right here.
Blink-182.
That's right, Blink-182. They recorded their album Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Their manager said there was no Good Times summer anthem on the album. To that, Tom and Mark responded, "You want an effing single? I'll write you the cheesiest, catchiest, throwaway effing summertime single you've ever heard." They came up with The Rock Show in 10 minutes and put it on the album. And obviously, that was a big song for him. It worked out. There's so many songs that were done as jokes.
Or as FUs.
Was Bare Naked Ladies? No. Blues Traveler, The Hook. That song is done as a joke about catchy songs.
Blur, the one,
Blur Song 2 was done as a joke.
Hanson will kick your asses.
I don't know that.
That's supposed to be.
No, that's a different band. I forget who that is.
But I thought that was supposed to be a joke song.
The New Radicals.
It might be. Yeah, there's a lot of bands that do that kind of stuff. And then they're like, oh, you want a catchy song? And then it actually becomes a hit. Today, an actor and former WWE superstar. Oh, I read that one the other day. Today, I learned this guy right here.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
Wilma Smith.
That's right. Wilma Smith.
Will Smith.
Wilma Smith is indeed correct, C-Lane. He was about to declare bankruptcy until he was picked to star in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He then had to pay the IRS 70% of his salary for the first 3 seasons before he was able to be financially stable. And finally, Taylor in this band right here.
Incubus.
Incubus is correct. The 3 main band members in Incubus, their siblings all formed their own rock band, and it was called Audio Vent, and they were like, we're going to be bigger than Incubus. They recorded one album in 2001 and broke up shortly after. The Incubus guys seem to be winning that battle. But who knows? Maybe they'll have a big comeback album someday. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. In West Palm Beach, it's Rover up next. In Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's all on the way, and it's all right here on Real Radio.